Welcome, everybody. I know it's been a while, but we are back with the Meatheads podcast.
Move done. Fuck up De Niro, I got a Snyder extender clip, so who wanna play heroes? Go bad shit like Ozzy, I was born in the darkness. Oh, you the wolf, so we pull up and you're harmless. So pray to
Burberry scars, stripping Perry on, living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports car.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
Damn! Let me talk to you.
That is right, folks. Let us talk to you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Circle the Mid and Just in Time Wrestling Podcast, episode 199. Cross the line, folks. We're gonna cross that line, and we're crossing it here, folks, with you. So that's right. The host of TV's YMC here with my other two hosts. Before me, my son and my all. I bleed for these men very dearly. I bleed for them because they are my blood and my son and my all. We go ahead and introduce my two hosts. He is the champ. The prediction champ of all time, because he predicted King and Queen of the Ring. He's going to predict today 2 events for you at the New Japan Dominion and NXT Battleground. Ladies and gentlemen, the prediction world champion, the Redeemer himself.
Because I'm not just the coolest, and I'm not just the best.
The Redeemer is back.
The Redeemer himself.
That's right, everybody. Redeemer here on Circle of Debate, the reigning and defending, undisputed predictions champion. You know what that means? It is game over.
That's right. It is game over. It is game over. That is right. And also, we have the attorney at law, folks. He will fight for you, ladies and gentlemen, and he does, because this man, you pay him $3.99 per consultation fee, and he'll give you a free can of Pepsi. But this man, he fights for you, ladies and gentlemen, because he is none other than Mussolini and Kennedy. He's motherfucking Pepsi.
Also a law.
That's and also attorney at law. Pepsi still Esquire, folks. Make sure that if you fall out of the chair or you're stuck in the toilet or anything that happens to you at all, just hit up 1-900 Mussolini. He will fight for you for $3.99 consultation fee. Call now and make sure you ask for Pepsi Esquire, because he will fight for you, and Justin will tell you the rest. Take it away, Redeemer.
Pepsi Phil and Pepsi are not responsible if you receive the wrong can of Pepsi. Also, Circle of Debate and Top Rope Wrestling Talk are also responsible for this ad.
That's right. That's right. Pepsi Phil, what is happening?
Phil.
The chain.
What are we going to talk about today in the world of wrestling, boys?
That is right. There's a lot of happening here. That's what we're crossing that line, folks, here for today's episode. But before we get to predictions, Oh man. So we're going to get the predictions, folks, for NXT Battleground and for New Japan Dominion. We're not going to break everything for New Japan Dominion, just certain matches that we're intrigued. But the first thing I do want to talk about is what happened this past Friday on SmackDown and what's going to happen today, what happened on Raw. We don't have to go through everything, the details, but what attracts you both. So I want to talk about it because it looks like we're seeing it. It's happening. You both called it on Liv. Well, according to Dom, I'm calling her Mid, but she's Liv Morgan. She's the women's champion. And he's like, I get everything what I want. I'm going to take everything from Rhea, even you. And then we see the C blocker right there, Finn Balor, cock blocking the hell on that one. And, you know, ever since the kiss that happened in the cage match and now seeing her here and then getting involved into that main event, and I mean, not main event, but kind of in close to it, what happened on Raw. It's so much happening on Raw. Then we're seeing already kind of the breakup of, you know, Chad Gable and Otis. I know he hit Sammy. We don't know where's that going with. We know that Chad Gable's contract is coming up, but rumor in your window, folks, that he's going to resign, which I don't. Of course, he's going to resign. I don't think he's going to leave. Are they going to give him the Intercontinental at Clash of the Castle? Who knows? We do not know. As the story still develops, we still like that. What, 3 weeks away? 2 weeks away, I believe we do, for Clash of the Castle. So there's still much going on there. Io Sky attacking Lyra Valkyria. So we know that's a storyline right there for Lyra. It's good for her with Io. I don't mind seeing that. That's going to be something really great to see. And I don't know what's happening here with Judgment Day here. I mean, we saw Drew McIntyre try to make a statement, but unfortunately, he got attacked by the Judgment Day, and Damian looked strong on that one for me, folks. I love the way how that show ended with Damian holding that belt. That's what it's supposed to be about for Damian, because we were concerned about his title reign, how the Redeemer mentioned last week, and then week before that, we were all concerned. But by far, the way I looks of it, it looks that direction. On the SmackDown side, we got the Mark Henry style. I'm retiring. Yeah, right. Hey, Styles Clash of the fucking Steels. And he's not going anywhere. It looks like he's getting a rematch. And keep in mind, gentlemen, this is the first ever on Papa H's era rematch back-to-back. He hasn't done that. He normally has done, okay, move on to the next challenger. Now, this is something different. Maybe the crowd, and I can say that the crowd was invested of this, you know, these two gentlemen fighting for the championship, Cody and AJ. And I think the match Backlash was phenomenal, no pun intended, AJ Styles. But I think this is going to be a great part 2 between them. I'm looking forward to. And we still have more things happening with the tag teams, with the women's tag team championships, the return of Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. And we still have Logan Paul and LA Knight. There's a lot of stories here. Bayley now versus Piper Niven at Clash of the Castle. I don't know how the fuck that story just happened unexpectedly. But I want to hear you guys' thoughts on it. So, Redeemer, break it down for us both of these brands. Are you intrigued of these stories that are developing heading into Clash of the Castle? And what are your thoughts so far, especially mainly for the Liv taking everything away from Mama Rhea?
So I'm going to cover the SmackDown stuff because really, on the SmackDown side, I don't like a lot going on right now. Like, you got the Nia and Bayley stuff, which, again, it's coming along. It's not really doing much right now. Like, they built up Piper, which is good. Like, clearly she's going to be the one to challenge Bayley in that Clash of the Castle in Scotland, which completely understandable. You know, why not have the Scottish woman go in there in her home and challenge for the title? Sure, okay. At least you made her look like a dominant monster like she should be, which was good. Logan Paul and LA Knight, I'm excited for that. I can't wait to see what more comes out of that. I'm telling you, I'm waiting for the promo off. I cannot wait to see that whole stuff. Women's tag team titles. We've got more of that more on Raw than we did on SmackDown, so you can't really like bring that one up just yet. But the Mark Henry retirement stuff with AJ and Cody, like, I'm sorry, AJ had me. Like, I thought he was legit about to hang it up. He had me convinced fully, like, the way he was acting, the way he was out there, emotional, everything. I go, man, he is absolutely going to be, like, it legitimately came off like he's done. And I was like, oh, my God, this is it. I don't want to see AJ leave. And then as soon as he just get Cody with the clothesline, I go, oh, my God, thank you. But, yes, this was fucking brilliant. Like, I loved it. So good. Like, again, AJ can't get the title match. He can't get them to come in there and go, listen, I want a championship match. I feel like I'm done with my career. I need to have one more championship match to see if I can win a title. And it's just like, yes, you can't get him to break. You know what you do? You force his hand. You go out there and you attack the champion. So now the champion's going to make sure that you are going to get the rematch at this point. The general manager is going to have to at this point, which is perfect. All this, like, fantastic GM, and I understand what he's talking about when he did all the stuff with AJ, but when it comes down to it, AJ had to force his hand, and I love how he did it. It was brilliantly done. He had me locked in and so convinced, and again, just came off fantastic. Because again, Mark Henry's, when he did his, it was amazing. I thought that was it for Mark Henry. This man just said, "Screw it, I'm going to attack John Cena now." I'm like, "Thank you, brilliant." The Raw side, I'm freaking amped for the Raw side. Lyra and Io. I love this how we're getting crazy Io again. Fantastic. The whole Judgment Day stuff is really getting me here. I'm ready for it. Liv going out there and the way she kicked off the show, going in there and, trying to seduce Dom. And I'm like, this is so good. Even for Dom, that man is lucky as hell. He gets to hang around Rhea Ripley. Now he's hanging around Liv Morgan. Come on. No complaints right here at anyone's end right now. The way she tried to seduce him, and then she got involved during the Judgment Day stuff to protect Dom from Braun. I thought that was excellently done. It's gonna start to lean towards is Dom gonna fall into the trap? Is he gonna start aligning with Liv a little bit more? Which I can't wait to see more of that. How that's gonna go. I like what they're doing with Damian Priest. I love the match with Ray, and I love how they're kind of still teasing he's gonna go babyface a little bit here and there. It's just, that stuff's great. The Chad Gable stuff is the one thing on the show that will always make me go, yes. They are nailing Chad Gable as a heel. The way he's just using the Alpha Academy right now of what he has as basically pawns to get to Sammy. It's working so well. He's treating them like shit to basically be Sammy, you're going to focus on being you got to help them. You got to help them, but now you got to make sure you got to keep your eyes on Gable, because that man will snap. That's what he's been. That Kurt Gable sign we saw in that's starting to come to fruition here. We're getting Kurt Gable and it's going freaking nuts. Yes. I love it. And just the way they did that with the whole injury thing with Maxine falling off the apron and hurting herself, and the way they're handling Otis, they are nailing it right now on both sides. There is so much intriguing stuff on both shows that it's working 1,000%.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And shout out to everybody in the chat. The Chef Brian, what's going on? Yes, mommy, if the TV's won't creep it up on you, the mid-mortgage generation MVP, Prime Root Beer Float Pepsi Phil will fight for you, sponsored by Old Spice and by Tempo. Oh, there he appears, right?
Tempo.
Oh,
Listen,
Tempo.
Yes. Do you believe in Joe Hendry? Because you know what we do over here on Circle of Debate.
That's right. You already know what's going to happen. So call his name. If you call his name, don't do that, because if you do, you know what's going to happen, Tempo. You already know. And I called Billy Wack, Picture Man, first commenter, while Woody McIntyre, I didn't release it. But and Hugh Underford, thank you for tuning in. Happy Friday, brother. Thank you so much. Yes, and I'm never going to call it Woody. Okay, what's calling Woody McIntyre time? Jesus. This is a Gable pass to the main event. Maybe so. You're right about that, Hugh. That could be the case, too. I love that. Pepsi attorney at law, Asquire. Take it away.
So mine's a little bit. So here's the thing. Basically, Justin hit the points I want to. The Chad Gable stuff, like I said, like Biggie said, we are finally getting past the trauma of Shorty G, and we get the Chad Gable. That honestly, I don't like the comparison, because honestly, I think he's a little more. And this will be weird. I don't think everyone keeps calling him Kurt Angle 2.0, and he's not. He's definitely a little smoother than Kurt was at the beginning, but that's only because Kurt's the original. So, but the thing,
on someone's wife, there, we're good
Yeah.
to go. That stays
So-
full angle.
exactly. So, him and Sammy, I'm enjoying it. My big thing right now on the Raw side really is Judgment Day. Because I enjoy the fact that Triple H isn't just randomly and for no reason breaking up Judgment Day. He's making a story out of it, like a real story out of it. Like not like say when they did when they got rid of the Hurt Locker and they just disappeared. Like honestly, we're getting a big story. Like if they do break up, we will know why. Or if it changes, we'll know why. If someone leaves, we'll know why. It won't just be a random thing. So that right there is right now. That's the storyline that I enjoy. The sociopath EO, that ain't new. I mean, that's going back to New Japan and Lucha Underground. It's just been forever since we've seen it. So I'm glad. I'm with Justin. I'm glad it's back. To be honest with you. So I will say this though. I know it's obviously Piper Niven in Scotland makes perfect sense, but truth told, it should have came a long time before Clash of the Castle. Piper Niven has always been built like a monster, and she's a great wrestler. I've always enjoyed her, and she has always been insane. Weird nationalism aside, she is still one of my favorites to see her go, and she is hilarious, and she's a good storyteller too. So, as for AJ and Cody, I want to touch on something that you made. So here's the interesting thing: Triple H has a certain type of storytelling he likes doing. He is a big fan of the what's the I forget how to describe it. Basically a big fan of these storyline fights where like match, second match, and rubber match. Like if you look at all the matches that you've enjoyed, that's how he's always booked all the big main eventers. Like Cody had when Cody first started, like Brock had 2 matches. I guess for some reason he has a 2-match thing, but 9 times out of 10, any match Cody has, it'll always be twofer. Any like this the Liv Rhea thing, the Liv Becky thing, Becky's gone, but when Liv Rhea comes back, it's gonna be twofer. So that's pretty much gonna be it. Like his storytelling is 2 things. Interpersonal faction fights seem to be something he enjoys. And of course, the standard wrestling sagas he's enjoyed, like 3 matches, like old school Cody, old school like Dusty and Rick, where they had that long series of matches before they finally solved it up. So I'm kind of excited about the storyline. Logan Paul and LA Knight will be fun to watch, but honestly, if he does not win, I will be upset for LA Knight.
Oh my god, me too. I just hope that they save it for SummerSlam, honestly. Because I'd rather wait till that time. It just for me too soon. If you do it in Catch the Castle, and doing it over there, and then how you mentioned Phil right now, he loses, right? So are you gonna tell me you're gonna have a rematch? You're gonna kill him? For me, honestly, my opinion, it's up to you guys how you feel this, but I feel like it'll kill the momentum. Like right away, Logan Paul wins. Okay, you got to do a rematch in the States, right? But what's gonna be the difference of that? It's just gonna kill the momentum. You want to hype the story.
Well,
I'm gonna put him in a tag match than more than for the title.
Well, here's my argument. One of the things that Triple H also loves doing is adversity. Every champion has to have an adversity angle.
JD,
how did Sammy against Gunther, Liv against Becky? Literally, everyone has a mountain to climb. So, as much as I hate, even Bailey had hers, and let's face it, and even Drew had his. And the long point of it is like he will have a champion go through it before they get the belt because he wants them to look like they earned it. So if he lost to Logan Paul and the rubber match is at SummerSlam, that right there for me is how you build the momentum. Because it's not just him losing to Logan Paul and losing the thing. It's now there's like it's more than just like it's a moral imperative that second match he has to win. It was the same thing with Cody. It's the same thing with Damian. It's the same thing with Gunther. The man has a type of storytelling he enjoys, and that goes back to old school wrestling right there, where it's like you can't just give a guy the belt. He got to earn it, and he got to bleed to get it. Cody's a perfect example of that. That man took an L. He took how many L's did he take before he got that championship?
Yeah,
like it is the weirdest thing with him. Like that is the storytelling I seem to see that he. And don't get me wrong, it's not always the case.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, like for certain, it depends on who they are in the main events and the roster. But it seems to be like if you're a main event and you want to be a main event champion, you have to go through it before you get that belt.
Yeah.
Which honestly I don't mind. Because it'll piss me off like it did when Cody lost 39. But look how happy we're at 40. Look, I mean, we'll leave Dom out, but look how happy we were when Liv won the belt, and she has done a good job with that belt. And I know people don't want to admit it, but this storyline of her being the red flag that causes the downfall of the Judgment Day or possible fall of Judgment Day is great. Because let's face it, this is probably the most controlled and best storyline she has ever had. So I'm pretty. So I know, and honestly, I am. And the last thing I'll say about this is Lyra. I am so happy for that kid.
Oh, like, yeah, me too.
This is, I mean, and it's not that because I think she got gifted it or anything. It's for someone who has worked that hard through NXT and before she even showed up at WWE. Not like you want to talk about one of the most consistent and hard hitting rep people in the WWE, and who pretty much, even if she loses the EO, it's still going to be a great time for her. Like she looked great at King of the Ring. I'm surprised she's still alive because, good Lord, I thought Nia killed her.
Oh my!
or at least broke a rib because that looked painful.
She took it though, man. Even think about like just that bomb like that. She took that shit. I was just like, oh man.
So
and I mean, her.
Yeah. So for the most part, Clash of the Castle is actually shaping up to actually be a real one.
Oh,
which I'm pretty excited about. Like it's looking like, and but I gotta tell you, if I'm gonna pick like the sleeper one that may steal the show, that's gonna be Sammy and Chad. They are literally gonna be match. In my opinion, they're gonna be match of the night. Like that's gonna be match of the night right there. That's my prediction.
That's going to be a storytelling for sure.
The one thing we always have to remember too on that whole situation is look at what we got from that. Also, we went from Chad Gable trying to tell a story with Gunther, and then they switched over to Sami Zayn, and we're still telling a freaking epic story right now.
And we were pissed. And I mean, I remember I was pissed it wasn't going to be Chad going over to go against Gunther, and this is so much better. This is so much better. I mean, do I want him as a face? I mean, I do love Chad as a face, but as a heel, he is amazing.
He's putting it off. I'm just still waiting for once it happens. If it does happen at Clash with the Creed brothers joining, Team Gable, and just call it Team Gable itself and get rid of the Alpha Academy, then there you go. The story's in. And I know you mentioned about the Kurt Angle thing, but here's the thing though. It's different era, different generation, of course.
It's
similar.
Yeah, no.
We could say it's similar though, because the way how their credentials, their personal, what they've done prior.
It's wrestling. It's wrestling. There's very few original things. And let's face it, Chad Gable honestly almost has the
Temple is really hating on Drew. He's like, book it.
I mean, here's the interesting thing about that. That's not a bad call. It's
a good thing.
It's a good move. As much as I love Drew, let's think about it. Who actually does Drew need a belt right now?
No, he doesn't right now. It's too hype.
Because my fear right now is if they give him the belt at Clash of the Castle, he has to go against Punk, and they're going to book Punk to win, and that's going to piss me off. That's going to piss me off.
That Punk story without the world title.
It's a much better story that way, because then it's just Drew being petty for petty's sake.
Oh yeah.
So now, when I'm agreeing with Temple, I'm okay if Drew loses at home, because as far as I'm concerned,
the perfect thing for Gable at Clash of the Castle. Have him win at Clash of the Castle, but have him have his family there.
Yeah,
the front row. That way, when he wins the title, he's jumping up and down in front of his family. kisses his daughter and like raises her hand, and she just
Mhm.
looks over at her dad like, "The hell is wrong with you?" Like,
Mhm.
I would
I
die.
mean, keep in mind also, let's keep in mind Damien also lost in Puerto Rico too. And
Yeah.
look how he turned out. He
But
did
that was-
fine.
That was the last match he had was against Bad Bunny, right? That was what
Yeah,
I wanted.
it was Bad
Yeah.
Bunny. It was
Well,
it
of
was
course,
a
it's
no
Bad
DQ.
Bunny. I mean,
It was I mean, first of all, you know better than disrespecting Bad Bunny. That man put in the work.
I'm not disrespecting the man. I'm just saying, like, it's Bad Bunny in his hometown.
That man put in the work. That man put in the work, though. So I'm gonna give him some respect. He got more respect for me than Logan Paul does.
I still want that match. Remember, Phil, when we talked about it, I still want that. I want Bad Bunny versus Logan Paul. Book it,
I want
Papa.
it. I want it.
God.
So here's the problem with that.
What?
Both of them
What's
are
the
too
problem?
young, and Bad Bunny can tell a story, and Logan Paul cannot. And I feel bad for Bad Bunny in that situation.
Oh, hell no. What are you talking about? It's gonna be like an entertainment. He's gonna have Logan really
They can make diss
entertaining
tracks
stuff.
with each other.
All I'm
Exactly.
saying is I want a good storyteller match, and Logan Paul has yet to give me that. I mean, he's done. Don't get me wrong. We've had this conversation before. The man's incredibly talented. He knows the mechanics of wrestling, and he does some crazy stuff. The problem is that he does not do the one thing I want to see, which is telling a story.
Okay.
Like he does not. That's that.
But Mark, okay, let's say that, right, Phil? But we'll watch it happen with Logan and LA Knight. Watch it happen in that story. It's gonna happen. And LA Knight, and keep in mind, LA Knight is gonna want to be pushing him to tell that story because LA Knight,
Ivan, the law of averages say the sun shines on a dog's ass at least once. So it has to happen soon. It has to happen at some point.
It will, all right? It will happen.
It has to happen.
Hey, that man's bring back the map promo, okay?
Yeah,
when he brings back that map promo and tells him where he can stick, each little balls of crime. Yeah, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. If anyone can bring it out of him, it'd probably be LA Knight because his old school mentality literally has a way of pretty much bringing out the best in people.
Oh, yeah.
Because truth be told, I remember him against Roman. We didn't think that was going to, well, I thought that was going to be a good match, but most people didn't think that would be a great match. And it was.
It was a good match.
Yeah, I loved it.
I loved it. It was great. Even the story at that time. I was like, oh, yeah, wait a minute, buddy. You're not just because you're not the head of the table here. I'm sitting, I love that.
The promos themselves, and he pulled out a John Cena line on them that I remember hearing the first time and thought that shit was great. Where he says, "You keep talking like that, you're gonna get mentioned in the past tense." And I was like, "God damn!"
What do you think Cena? Passing the torch like that time when they teamed up.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He said, "You're the guy now," and he is. He is the guy.
So, and I will say the one thing I am enjoying is if you look at this roster, it's not the youngest roster. Like if you look at the main event style, they have a certain age range, and then when you get to the mid card, it drops considerably in age. If you think about it,
yeah.
Because think about the top guys, most of them are in their 40s. I think Cody may be in his 30s, late 30s. But for the most part, these top folks are in their 40s. I mean, excluding Jade and Bianca, and I think Io is still in their 30s. But for the most part, and the guy on the male side, most of them in their 40s. But then you get to the mid cards, and those dudes are like in their mid 30s and younger. So you want to talk about building up for the long run, and you got Braun Breaker looking like a sociopath.
Oh my God! Just
that fucker deserves an honorable mention every single night.
Of course, I'm look the match that he had with Ricochet. I didn't mind it. For me, it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. That's why I'm not even.
I watched that match and went, I guess Ricochet ain't sounding it back again.
I'm telling you, if this is not Adam Pearce coming out of retirement and wrestling, I'm disappointed. I want it.
Oh my God! Imagine.
He's teased it once with Roman, and we were this close, and I was so fucking invested that we were going to get Adam Pearce versus Roman Reigns for some fucking reason.
I don't think it's going to be Adam Pearce.
He freaking backed out of it for Kevin Owens. I love that. If we do not get Adam Pearce and Braun Breaker in a fucking match, I'm going to be disappointed.
Honestly, I don't think so. But if it leads to a Kevin Owens Braun Breaker match, I'd be happy. I don't need to see Adam Pearce. I don't need to see Adam Pearce. I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved Adam Pearce when he was wrestling, but I don't need to see him. But I am okay with the Braun Breaker Kevin Owens match.
It's CPR 911 on speed dial for that. Come on, I'm gonna need that.
Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm really excited.
So here's my question, and this is the one thing no one wants to talk about.
Okay.
So assuming Cody survives AJ, and we're gonna do some kayfabe. Who do you think is next? Because there's only one person who I can see as being next for SummerSlam.
It's got to be Randy by then.
Exactly.
Randy.
Exactly. Cody has said he wants a run with Randy before he retires. And
the only other thing to think of is it's Rock.
I think they're saving Rock. Well, I guess they could, but I feel like
to me that would feel like it would make more sense. Because if you do Rock and freaking Cody at SummerSlam, that's freaking huge.
It is, and I'm like, but the thing is, it
would frees up the chance to have Rock and Roman at Mania.
So here's the problem I have with that. Will The Rock put Cody over? Because think about it,
Yes,
The Rock is not lost. See, that's what I gotta see. I don't know, man. Because if you'll notice,
Hi, Kayla.
Hey, Kayla, what's up? Keep in mind that entire storyline with the Bloodline, he never took a pin. He never took an L. He never took a beating. The closest he got was a slap to the face and maybe a chair shot.
Honestly, I think Randy and Cody as a story would be a better WrestleMania build than SummerSlam. That's why I feel like if you want to just basically get the Rock Cody stuff over with, way Rock can focus on more of this Bloodline stuff, then you could basically do that and get it done. And that way Cody knows, basically going into Mania soon, at any point, he's got Randy waiting for him.
See, that was that's the problem I have. I think SummerSlam is going to be the Bloodline Civil War run.
I say Survivor Series is what I will say. SummerSlam will start and then it's going to go more.
So The Rock won't have time to be beating up on Cody. Although, let's face it, Solo did said we got things in motion that Cody ain't ready for. So it's possible that Cody may still be involved if the Bloodline is not over yet. So,
Taurus.
So we'll see. But overall, some Clash of the Castle. Because I didn't care about the last one.
What the hell, Temple?
What the fuck, Temple? Really? Oh my God! American Nightmare versus Apex Predator WrestleMania 41 Booker Triple H.
Maybe.
Thank you, Carolina Boss.
I can see. I mean,
it makes sense.
Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad build. It's a damn fine build.
It's not a bad build.
But I mean,
the
problem is, where does that leave Cody? Who is he fighting? Who's he fighting at SummerSlam? If he's fighting The Rock, when does I'm wondering where he's fighting The Rock? Maybe
unless Solo decides to get himself a title shot. Let's say he loses, right? And then that's when The Rock comes out. And what the hell happened? I left you in charge. You fucked up. Roman comes out. What the hell is going on here? And then that's when the whole Bloodline Civil War begins from there. That could be the case.
Right now they're just getting Solo into the mode of the big bad. So I'm still holding on. I'm not completely sold on him just yet. Although
I know. That's why I feel like right now it's taking his time with that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm loving it, because it's with the hugging with Paul Heyman, I'm in charge now. You're seeing more promo shit from him.
Seriously?
So I'm waiting for it. It's little by little.
Paul Heyman looking unhinged.
Oh, Heyman.
He's that bit he did with Kevin Owens was amazing. He's like, why won't y'all listen to me?
Oh my God, Heyman has been brilliant with everything that he's been doing. The emotion that he has, just how he comes out there and just like telling him, like, listen, why does nobody believe me? Everybody's in danger if you don't listen to the wise man. I'm like,
I don't go off topic, but Fermitador, what's going on? I appreciate you for tuning in. Say his name and he appears. I'm waiting for somebody to say his name. I'm not gonna say shit. So somebody says it.
Do it.
No, I'm waiting for someone first before. But you can stay through the Fermitador with that bullshit. How's it going, bro?
But no, honestly, yeah, I think. Like I said, this Clash at Castle. I think I'm vested in this one. I did not care about the last one, but this one I'm like, this gonna be a problem for some people.
He said it. Tempo. He said the name. All is well. Henry is walking through the Fermitador in Scotland. Tempo, I'm sorry. I love you, but I'm sorry.
I'm not sorry.
Okay.
I'm not either.
Here we go,
I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
I'm not sorry.
We're just gonna get a message that pops up and it just says, "I hate all of you."
I know. I'm waiting for Temple to say, "Fuck you guys, I'm out." He said, "Hey, Temple." They said on the chat, we didn't say it. We told you. They said it. And there you go. All right.
No one said until now.
So bring it back to Paul Heyman. I will say this: I know we all agree that Bobby Heenan may be the world's greatest wrestling manager, but literally no. But honestly, Paul Heyman has to be number 2.
No, yeah, I'm with you on that.
I love like Jim Cornette and all the rest of them, and even Paul Ellering, who I loved. But honestly, Paul Heyman has to be number 2.
Yeah,
man, like I can't wait to see Heyman's reaction when Roman comes back. Like he's probably legit gonna cry.
So here's the question: does he come back as a tribal chief, or does he come back as the big dog?
No, he's probably coming back as tribal chief. He's got it. Like
he's gonna he's gonna be tribal chief when he comes back. When Solo and Tama and Solo and God, I'm gonna call them God till they get a new name. Till Solo, God, and The Rock turns on him. Does he stay tribal chief, or does he go back to his big dog gimmick?
No.
No. He's gonna stick to the tribal chief. That's what he's gonna stick with. And Paul is the greatest hype man in the history of entertainment.
He is.
Brian, the Circle of the Big presents in your podcast, International Infinite. I love it, Brian.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, but overall, he's done. Like honestly, truth be told, Paul Heyman's the driving force between that bloodline storyline, going back to when Jay and Roman fought.
What a freaking
during the pandemic. It started off with that fight and then turned into Brock and Roman, and then Roman turns on Brock, and then literally we get the storyline of the bloodline.
Which I'm telling you, like, I think that could happen. You know, I said earlier about SummerSlam. That could be the beginning of it. And then from there, it's going to go, if it goes down to the direction for Mania, why not? You know, let it happen for Mania to end it there to see who takes that head of the table, that tribal, because then from there you can have the family there and, you know, say who could crown who is really the head of the table of the Noel family between Dwayne and Rock Johnson or Roman Reigns. And that's where it could come down to. And then down the line, then later we can see him go after the title. Because right now, in my opinion, I mean, people are listening, watching, it's too soon for Roman or even Dwayne to even try to get persuading into that title. Let Solo get it himself, go for it at SummerSlam. Have him lose the agenda that he was given. Have him lose that agenda. And then that's why it starts. Because then, even though you have the Gorillas of Destiny, which I would just call them the Destiny, might as well. Get rid of the Gorillas of Destiny because New Japan owns, copyrights to that name. Just call it, Destiny. That's it. Have Jey Uso, maybe Jimmy come in and attack them. And then that's how the story develops, heading into Survivor Series, heading into Royal Rumble, heading into WrestleMania. That's how it could really develop that story. It ended at Mania 41, two-night event. You can make that a night one and main event if you want to, because you have Rock Johnson and you have Roman Reigns, which people wanted to see, which was originally booked, but it didn't happen, of course, because we want Cody. So.
But here's the thing, though. Keep in mind, you don't need to put a belt chase in that storyline.
No, I'm with you. That's the point I'm saying. There don't have to be one.
Yeah,
it's really more. Let the story focus on them. That's Civil War.
Yeah.
Let that be right after. That's could be later down the line after Mania 41. I don't see it happening.
So. I think so.
Tempo, come on.
Oh my God!
I ain't even mad at him for that. I ain't even mad at him.
Lennox, what's going on? Happy Friday,
all right. What's next on the plate?
All right, next to the plate, folks. You already know what time it is because we gotta do this. It's time, folks.
It's time. It's time. It's Dynamite.
That's right, Dynamite. That happened 48 hours ago. Yes, it was okay. It was not a bad Dynamite. I'll tell you that. It was really good because we got to hear. We got to hear from, and I know I heard Bruce last week. I heard, if you guys heard Todd Pro Wrestling Talk last Sunday on audio. So of course, if you heard them, Bruce was all really happy. I know he went streaking. Yes, you did. Even though you denied it, Bruce, we know you did because your boy is back. You know you're happy. Your boy is back. Oh my God, he's back! Yes. I know. And I just
suck a big old bag of donkey dicks.
It's okay, MJF, because you know what? Because you're now my raza. You know why? Because you did this.
Hey, cabrón! Chinga tu madre!
He learned a new language while he was on vacation?
Yeah, man, he learned Spanish. So the hell yeah, kudos to him. He really, keep in mind we are TVMA folks. So yes, he said, yeah, go fuck yourself. Pretty much is what he told them. So
man, got a freaking subscription to Rosetta Stone over here.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
man, look, I could not got Mania running wild. I was happy about that, but hey, respectfully, all right, man. Saraya, good win. Good to see Mina Sorokawa coming out. We saw, chin up, tits in. It wasn't tits out. It was tits in between Mariah and May on that one. I'll tell you that. And it was just, I can't wait to see that story, the way how it's going to develop heading to Forbidden Door. And that's good for me, for Kawaso and for Timeless Toni Storm. I said it, man. She is the hottest right now for the women's division as a champion, either heel or face. Doesn't matter. She could be in the middle of it. I know I'm gonna get shit on this, but for me, it's more like the female version of MJF because she doesn't really give a shit. She's more the Marilyn Monroe type of style, and with the attitude of MJF, old school style. Like the 60s and 50s. That's fine. I'm enjoying every moment of it. She is pulling it off, and the matches she's been having, man, has been tremendously great. So I can't wait to see her match at Forbidden Door for sure. Seeing the promo between Stephanie Valkyrie and Monet, we'll see how that goes. We'll get to that in 2 weeks when we get to there. I did like to see Mark Briscoe and Brian Cage. Good matchup. It was great to see them. Great to see Mark Briscoe back in action, and of course Brian Cage. It was good to see him. And now we know the participants by far in that ladder match. And of course, Jack Perry. I don't want to get into that motherfucker. There's no point of it. There's no point of me getting into it. The Acclaim getting shut down by the Elite. And no, it is funny, but it's a good start. It's a good start. I do want to see Okada and Billy Gunn. Why not? That's something I want to see. I'm curious. I'm intrigued how that is. Orange Cassidy getting punched by Chris Statlander. We already know where that direction going. Willow tried to make the save. She ran away. We know where that's going. The 8-man tag match, CMLL Stars versus Blackpool Comic Club. Good. Loved it. Everything was great. Good to see. Man, Wheeler Yuta back. Good to see him take the pin. Awesome. Loved it. Willow, Swerve, and Roderick was great. Enjoyed it. Enjoyed every moment of it. Great storytelling. I can tell you that. Roderick is, I don't know. For me, it reminded me of Defy mixture with PWG, that matchup. And remember, Swerve is from Defy. Roderick has been PWG, former PWG world champion. So it was good to see those two guys going at it, that style. I loved it. Everything was actually great with Dynamite. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to how this is developing. Man, MJF and Rush being the first matchup for MJF's return, I'm in it. I'm in. I'm fucking in. And it's good for Rush because one thing that MJF, I'll give credit for his promos, was he put him over. He put over Rush very over. He gave him his credentials. He gave everybody his credentials. Yes, I heard, yes, piece of shit Alvarez and Seltzer. Oh, it looks like he's going after Wasper. We don't know yet. Yes, he gave them those attention to those two athletes because they're the future stars alongside with MJF heading to develop AEW's product within the next 5 to 10 years. I'll tell you that. So I'm really excited with everything how it's going down. I know we when we did the watch along last week, we were really still like where we're going with this. Why did they do this soon? I'm still that way, to be honest with you, because I'm still waiting to see. We haven't seen them as of yet hit face to face at just after that match when we saw last week. I know that Will took a week off and he's going to come back next week. Okay, but I want to see them face to face. Tell me a story in 3 weeks heading to Forbidden Door. That's why I have not critiqued or haven't said anything, because I want to see where it goes with that direction. Until I see where it goes, then I can give my critique. Until then, right now, I'm still like last week, I'm still like, I don't know what to say. I have to wait to see, give me the story why this happened, and then for me to get an understanding. That's why I haven't, even right now, I'm not going to say this. I'm excited for the match, but I can tell you that I don't know if I'm going to be like, oh, like why. I'm going to hold my why until I find out the story as it's developing heading into Forbidden Door. We got 3 weeks from Forbidden Door, so we don't know yet. That's why I'm holding myself on that. So, prediction champ, take it away. You feel the same? How did you feel overall? Dynamite, my brother.
Yeah, so for Dynamite, I don't know. Like, it was like, I felt 50-50 about it. Like, it just felt like, I don't know, just like they were trying to just give you a show, and that was it. Like, it didn't feel like it really advanced much. I don't know what it felt like. There was something missing. Something was like the MJF promo in the beginning. It's an MJF promo. You got me right off the bat every single time when MJF shows up, and the whole interaction with Rush, I love it. Like I want to see Rush and MJF. That's going to be insane. The Fatal 4-Way. Again, I expected this to be great, and it's exactly what it was. Cassidy O'Reilly, Phoenix Lethal, like all fantastic. And again, it's the number one contendership for the international title. And I go, oh God, that's a interesting comparison.
But Forbidden Door is right though. If you really kind of like compare it that way, we can go back to the style, promo style. I would say, I wouldn't say wrestling style, but promo wise,
like again, the Fatal 4-Way for the international title, number one contendership, great. Again, like I'm iffy with the whole international title scene right now because of the whole Ospreay thing. Like I still don't. I'm with you. I have no idea how I feel about it. Still, I'm still like throwing everything around. Absolutely, Temple 1000.
Yes, I hell yeah, I'm with him on that. Respectfully, oh my God, I've seen things as I can tell you, but yeah.
Oh boy.
Well,
the TNT title ladder match qualifier with Mark Briscoe and Cage. Awesome. Good to see Mark Briscoe getting the win there. Love it. Acclaim getting interrupted by the Bucks. I love that the Acclaimed are interacting with the Bucks. I'm with you. I'm kind of pumped to see what Okada and a Billy Gunn match would be like. So interested to see how that is going to go.
Mm-hmm.
The Blackpool Combat Club, Team CMLL, like I don't really know other than like Volador Jr. I didn't really know the other three on the team, but like, my God, I love that tag match. It was so enjoyable and it was good to see all four members of the Blackpool Combat Club back together. Wheeler getting the win for them. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Mariah May and Saraya was great. The whole interaction with Mina Shirakawa at the end and just having her and Tony, interact with, again, Mariah in the middle and then holding them both close, like, no more, can't deal with this, can't have this happen. I'm like, yes, more of this. Swerve and Roddy, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
What do you expect out of those two? They're both fantastic athletes. Great world title match to end the show. Bryan Danielson putting himself out there to say, listen, I'm telling you, this is like my last like little stretch of like pro wrestling right now, like being full time. And man, he entered the Owen. I thought that was awesome. Like, again, not against Bryan getting a championship, like one championship run before he says that's it. Fine, I want to see it happen.
Yep.
But man, I got to tell you one thing that I could not freaking stand. Know where I'm going with this. This show is full of fucking Chris Jericho. Oh my God. I wanted to throw my TV out the window.
Oh my God.
Freaking backstage segment was Jericho and his freaking, I don't even know anymore what they're doing with this. I don't know if they're just trying to be a troll and just have him go out there and the way he talks and this unserious nonsense that spurts out of his mouth.
Thanks, guys.
Thinking, or they literally think this works. Like, no. Fuck out of here with that. Like, it was so freaking bad. Like, I just was like getting more and more aggravated every time they went backstage. It's just Jericho going, hey, if you had more Brussels sprouts in your system, you'd feel better. I'm like, shut up, Jericho. I don't want to hear it. Like, go away.
Oh my God.
You, sir, are alone in that. I'm sorry. You, from now.
Like, on that promo, I can tell you one thing though, Justin, and I'll give Brian Keys one thing. I love what he told. What's his name? He told, you better tell your child to respect and like Chris Jericho. I'm like, what the fuck? Why would you say that? That's the only thing that caught me on that Brian Keys had to do it. Like,
I don't want to interrupt Justin. Go ahead, man. Finish up.
My bad.
I don't know. Like, again, as a whole, I don't know. It just felt like a show that they just put on for you because they had to put a show on for the week, and that was about it. Like, I'm waiting to see if next week has a little bit more like story progression and something else going on.
Okay. All right. So, okay.
So why you say that he's alone on this one? Like,
I'll start. Let me just do Dynamite and go through the whole thing. And Temple, I'll talk about what you said. So I watched Dynamite today, and I will tell you right now, in regards to storytelling, the entire show felt like an act one. It felt like an act one. Like everyone the basic story everyone's story got introduced in this match. Mm-hmm. Like in tonight, everyone got a match. Granted, Tony had already made an appearance in New Japan, but basically Tony and Mina got their act one, where we finally get to see what kind of match and what kind of energy that match was. But it's just the introduction, so we get to see the basically act one. The same watching the Blackpool MJF and Roosh, act one. Like, I don't know how far that's going to go, but I want that to go as long as we possibly can. Obviously, Roderick and Swerve was amazing. And honestly, watching the Blackpool Combat Club come back in full strength was also really nice. So overall, everything felt like an act one. First, the Jericho thing. As annoying and literally as mind-boggling, inane as it is, the problem I have is the fact that this is exactly what he wants for that gimmick. It is the most obnoxious gimmick they have ever had. And think about it. This is the arc. Every time Jericho does a gimmick, it's usually because he's making fun of a type of archetype in pro wrestling. And right now, the archetype he wants to make fun of is the quote-unquote locker room leader who's giving everyone advice who nobody wants to listen to.
No,
like that's the gimmick he's doing. That's the gimmick he's doing. That's the gimmick, and I love the fact that that's what he's doing. And let's face it, it's also a shout out to Dusty Rhodes.
Oh my God!
Oh, explain to the audience who are listening and watching of that reason. Give them details.
So the learning tree is what Triple H referred to as pretty much the NXT, and as he called the Oak was Dusty Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the learning tree was what Dusty Rhodes had created with NXT and everything that I've learned from it. So him using the learning tree, that's a shout out to Dusty Rhodes and Triple H. Probably more Dusty than Triple H. So that's why it cracks me up and why I find it hilarious, because he's doing the exact opposite of what Dusty would be. So that's why. And Brian Keith right now, I am happy because he's on television.
Thank God.
Literally
shout out to Brian Keith.
That man looked like he's having a good time too. He looks like he's having a genuinely good time.
And I'm glad that Tony Khan. See, Tony Khan. You're fucking listening to us. As much as you saying you don't, but you do. And we're telling you to push your talents, especially that you signed. So come on, we are.
That's fucking bullshit.
Bullshit, Tony Khan. Because I told you, hey, you gotta book them right, and you're doing it. And I'm with you, Justin. Look, you're not alone on this one. I'm telling you that right now. I don't like it, but just because they added Brian Keith, I'm happy now because you just added Brian Keith to this shit. What really got me laughing is when he said that. That's the only thing when I was watching.
Exactly.
Like, why would you say that? Like,
if nothing else, that faction gives us Brian Keith. It gives us Big Bill actually being entertaining. So I'm pretty much good with that. The other thing I want to talk about is what Temple said about Stephanie Vakir and Mercedes Moné.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think Stephanie Vakir is going to lose? Yes, because here's the downside. Forbidden Door, for all this talk, is an AEW event. That's the point of it. You can't be from an outside company thinking you're going to win. You may get a couple of heres and there, maybe a moral victory here and there. Maybe you even get one pin. But truth be told, AEW Forbidden Door is just that, AEW's Forbidden Door. So, here's the thing. Who here believes that Jordan Grace is going to win the NXT championship?
We haven't even got there yet. We'll get there.
So, but basically,
tranquilo. We'll get
there. But basically, that's my point. These events are being held, and NJPW is being hosted by AEW. They're not inviting these people in to run roughshod all over their talent. That would be the worst booking you can possibly come up with. Like, literally, can you imagine if they invited New Japan and every AEW star lost? Or even if they did a 50-50? Like, it's an interesting booking, but let's face it, it's the reason why they don't do supercard shows. So, as much as I hate to say it,
the minute they made title for title and they said that it was for the New Japan Strong title, I go, of course they're going to have freaking Mercedes win it because, that's basically what they were going to do when they first introduced the title, was do that. Yeah. Now they get the opportunity to do it. So you can't really get, disappointed about something that you really, at the end of the day, freaking fully expected was going to happen.
And you can't get mad at it because, think about it, Stephanie Vakir gets a huge platform that she does not usually get. Like, as much as I love New Japan Strong is not exactly the biggest television commodity on television. She does not go to Japan to wrestle that much. New Japan Strong is like small house shows. Forbidden Door, it won't be her biggest show, but it will be the most visible show she's had. Like, I mean,
I'm a first timer for her, so I'm
not Mexico. Mexico's a different band. Mexico's a different animal.
But hold on. I'm not including Mexico. No. Don't forget, Stardom's owned by New Japan. She does go there. She go there. She has competed there. She has done and Stephen Mill. But I know you're speaking about Japan only, but she has traveled internationally to Japan a lot. At Stardom, do what she needed to do.
Yes.
Tag team matchup, 6-man tag teams.
I'm not talking about companies. I'm talking about visibility.
I know what you mean.
like television and stuff. Like
Here
but she has
in North
done big
America.
stuff.
Here in North America,
Yeah.
basically. What you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically. Like
okay.
this will be, like I said, it'll be a big push for it, and I'll be happy to see her. And truth be told, I'd be curious to see what she does next. And as much as I don't want her to lose the belt, she already has two. So her dropping a New Japan Strong won't be a terrible thing. So, but here's the truth of the matter is, it'll be good to see her on television because that is a talent that needs to be on television. And if it leads to better things, yes. And I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not, I mean, honestly, I'd like it to be a 50-50 show so we get to see how strong New Japan Pro Wrestling is too. But let's face it, supercard shows like this don't let that happen. They just don't.
It's an unfortunate because it happens last minute. I get what you're saying. I'm not saying you're wrong, but my thing is really more why I fucking get a Tony Khan's bullshit is because when it comes down to the last minute, when it comes to the show, they change the shit around. I guarantee you they already have the sharpener already. This person's gonna win, this person's gonna win, this person. And then when it comes to the last minute, they change their fucking minds. No, we're gonna do this, we're gonna switch it. And what looks more, if we should look into that for the last 2 years. How long has it been? This is the fourth year or third year or two for Forbidden Door?
I think this is the third year.
Third year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we should go back and count the wins of New Japan and the wins of AEW.
Yeah, because
then we can really compare where
because the only time in New Japan has actually won is usually, and this is a guess, and we will have to go back and do the research, but I feel like only because something bad happened, like someone got hurt.
Well, I know the first year a lot of changes because people was injured.
Yes,
remember Naito got sick. I remember that he got sick. He wasn't able to make it, so they had to change the card. So the first year, of course, was a disaster because it was just unexpected events happened to the stars that were going to come. So but it was still a great event. But year two, and this is year three now, you could say. Then now we got to see how. Then we can really compare from there. But I then will exclude year one. Then
truth be told, Temple's not wrong. But let's face it. These events are being hosted by AEW and WWE. It's their event. They're not going to book themselves to look bad or quote unquote look weak against these guys to a certain point. Yeah, they'll have great matches, but they won't do it. And truth be told, New Japan gets the benefit of getting it's kind of pointless that third year, but basically getting more exposure in the US. They can send guys over. And TNA, same thing. They haven't been on television in 25 years. Or at least an actual pay-per-view that breaks a couple of 100,000, and now they get their champion to be on a Royal Rumble and a PLE. So the downside is they don't get as much exposure as they probably deserve. The upside is they actually get fucking exposure. I mean, it's not a great option, but it's more exposure than they've had before. I mean, New Japan is a little bit different because let's face it, they own Japan, so they obviously want to break into the US market more. So I guess for them that's deemed worth it. Although I got to tell you, is it not All In, but what is it? All
Together.
All Together. I think we'll probably fix all that.
I think it has. I mean, now that they're making it now something that is going to be every other. I don't know. I know they're doing another one. So I know that for sure they're really helping more the other promoters still, like the other promotions like All Japan, DDT, Noah. So I mean, but Noah's already been up there because, of course, the great Muda. Shout out to him because he's the booker over there. And he's pretty much like their president for Noah, so he knows what he's doing with his talent, and I see what he's done. So I think
the Japanese promotions are just like, you know what, to prevent them losing talent, they're trying to create a quote unquote less forbidden door amongst their other places that they have. I know DDT and Noah have been buzzing around doing stuff together for a while now. Nothing officially, but they usually do. You'll get one or two matches.
They do crossovers. They always do.
They do. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they're going to start making them more official and making a more events thing, which is what All Together was. And I think even outside of All Together, I feel like they're going to start doing that with other promotions with each other.
I just hope they do it more with the women's side over there because Tokyo Joshi Pro, they have a lot of Choco Pro. They have a lot of shit. You know where I'm going with Phil. You know where I'm going with this shit. Justin, you know too. Thank you.
Honestly, the
That's all
fact
I'm
that
waiting
they finally brought Stardom into the New Japan official house now, and they actually brought it into Bushi Road, not just left it as like some freckle-faced child out in the backwoods, that they actually make it a real thing. I was happy about that news.
No, Nick. Hell no.
No,
Honestly,
stop.
Oh, no. Hell
What kind of shit is that?
no.
I will tell you something right. Oh no, because here's the thing. Remember, Britt Baker couldn't do a promo to save her life. Jericho worked with her, and look at her now. That is some good advice, Nick. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Okay, all right. Shout out to the guy from Ring Fanatics. Love this guy. But no. Okay, behind the scenes, Nick, not on television. I'm not. We already got Jericho shit. I don't want a Mercedes. No.
I'm not gonna
say what you will. The man can build talent.
Can I be honest here?
Yes, go for it.
He's kind of giving me fucking Yosemite Sam freaking vibes all the time.
Exactly.
I want him to just show up. I want him to just show up and go, "Ooh, I hate them guys. I
hate them."
Exactly, 100%. Everything you're saying is true, but like I said, Jericho and Mercedes, like in the back, if the learning tree worked with Mercedes in the back, that'd be great. So also, back to it, the Willow and Statlander, I'm enjoying that one, man. That is some good. That is some good stuff.
See,
but again,
see, Nick is agreeing with you. See, there you go.
There you go.
Gonna say it. Willow Nightingale, respectful.
That's
so. But yeah, so and like I said, folks. And truth be told, the EVPs are not annoying the shit out of me.
Oh, so you're in the UK here. Okay, so I'm in the UK. You know, it's another TV network called Wrestling Channel. That contracts with Ring of Honor, Combat Zone Wrestling, and Noah too. We need that. Absolutely,
that would. Can you imagine if we had that here?
Oh, that'd be fucking great, man. I hope you guys get it back, heel. But hit us up privately. We can hook you up with some shit. Temple said all together events benefits all Japan promotions. Will be nice if Door will do the same. But TK Papa H love the book their talents over. Of course, it's all about it's when it comes to international and North America here in Temple, unfortunately. It's competition. It's like the world of sports, like NFL, NHL, NBA. You think they want to? Yeah, they collab, of course, because it's a sports, right? But they compete who wins. In this case, it's professional wrestling is another sport as well. But the difference here is they want to put their team over the compared to the other team. Exactly. It's the same as any other sports. In Japan, I can't. I'm not speaking for them, but from what my opinion and knowledge that I know by far, they know that they need to work on with every. And I'm glad it took this long though for them to work together like this. Before, none of that happened at all. Even with God rest his soul to Giant Bob, Baba, and everybody else separated each other after they all left All Japan. They started to do the New Japan. They started to do DD Noah. They started then from later on. It grew DDT, and then it grew later down Stardom, Chago, all that because all the talents, the legendary talents, decided to make their own promotions. And from there, they decided not to work with each other. Maybe that's something that they had their personal differences of it. It is the same thing, like a sport. But now with seeing that it benefits all of them marketing style in Japan, people that travels to go to Japan to see these combined promotions competing with each other. I know at the end it comes down to who wins what, but I think they in Japan, in my opinion, you guys correct me on it. I think they care a little bit less about who goes over, more about getting the money on their pockets. That's just me. I don't know. I mean, I know we've seen Kiyomiya and Okada. They had their really personal differences and shit. I'm pretty sure you saw it too, Redeemer. You saw it shit. You were like, damn, these guys look like it was personal. But when they had like one-on-one matches, like, oh my god. So, man, I'm just I'm excited for it. I'm excited for. I'm glad at least one thing I'm happy though is at least they're doing it, and I'm hoping there could be an influence to happen everywhere else internationally for the promotions, even in the UK, even here in North America. Even in CMML and AAA. What about they could combine together and work for one time? We saw Rouge, who was also a former CMML talent, but also he's now currently a AAA talent. But they didn't say anything. CMML let it go, let it happen. You never know. Maybe Conan could make it happen. When like, you know what? Let's just work together. Fuck all that bullshit. Let's just work together. Let's make some money. That'd be awesome to see, man. Because both promotions has great, incredible talents, and I'm hoping that we're able to see that. To see Jericho's in Personas giving the major David Cross. Oh my God! Let's see. We don't need that channel back. I don't want to see Joe. What? Oh, you said his name. Why did you say his name? You said his name.
I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Don't say his name. You said his name. You know I'm gonna play that fucking theme song. So you already know Temple. Don't fuck it up.
Scotland and Canada and Mexico.
Temple, even though we're not talking about TNA yet, but we will next week for Against All Odds. But I can tell you right now, Justin and I we're predicting Slammiversary. Joe Hendry's winning the world title. I'm telling you that right now.
Prepare yourself, Temple. Believe in Joe Hendry.
Believe in Joe Hendry. All right.
The system will be conquered.
Yeah. Jake Lee beat the Tetsuya Naito. Noah guy beat a New Japan guy. Yep. Best Super Juniors. Noah beating exactly Temple. Well said, brother. You see?
Best of Super Juniors. They had my guy Ninja Mac on there.
Oh my God. Okay, you know what? Let's just get into it. Now we're gonna talk about it then.
Oh wait, right. Dominion.
Yep. We're not gonna break every card. We're just gonna look at the card that we really feel like is gonna intrigue us. I just want to get to the chat right quick before we do. Irish Whip Wrestling. I used to watch Larry Care channel. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah.
So nice. Heel. Yeah. Wrestling channel. I show promotion. Irish Whip Wrestling. I saw awesome. Kango. Yes, we'll finish up before you guys go live, so don't worry. So make sure after we finish here, folks, tune in to Outrage Zone. They'll be having the SmackDown watch along, and that's Kango. That is Kayla and Dangle will be having their watch along.
Two more surprises on there as well, and then
maybe
Justin, for that one.
Justin and I may be going over there and join them on their channel, and they're gonna give their predictions for NXT Battleground, but we're gonna do ours. Sheamus Alshena was his name.
Yep, I remember that. Oh my God.
Yes. One thing I want to add on the Japanese wrestling Sing Ivan is when WWE tried to muscle in with NXT and all companies ran them the fuck out. Yep. I agree with that.
Yeah, that's under Vince. They were trying they were going in the poach, basically.
That motherfucker. Yeah.
And
fuck that guy. You know what? He's even banned from even going to the WWE headquarters. You can't. I'm glad that he's banned.
When I read that today, I freaking laughed.
I'm glad. I'm like, he said, I can't go to Mount Jim, pal. What the hell? No.
All right. Let's bring it up, baby. Let's bring it up. NXT what?
No.
Oh, we're doing Dominion. Oh, we starting off sexy. I'm sexy.
I'm starting sexy now. There you go. That's right. So this is Dominion, folks, happening on June 9th, which is on Sunday on their time internationally. But for us, it's happening on midnight, heading into Sunday. So this is a match card we have. We have 9 matches that we have. The one I'm really invested is the finals of the Best Super Juniors that is also here involved. El Desperado versus Taiji Ishimori, the finals of the Best Super Juniors. John Moxley defending the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship in a Lumberjack Death Match versus Evo. You have never openweight championship. Shingo Takagi defending it versus the return of Era Hanare. Oh, Hanare looks fucking stuff. I saw his promo. I'm really excited for that. Oh, man. You have the Fatal 4-Way for the Tornado Elimination match. That's for the IWGP and Strong Openweight Tag Team Championship. El Fantasma and Hikuleo defending that versus, of course, Hiro Goto, and we already know who else. Mike, and Chase Owens and his partner in crime, and Michael Nichols and Shane Hayes. We have the television championship on the line. Jeff Cobb defending against Tomohiro Ishii, which I'm looking forward to seeing that match. Woo! I think it's going to be a banger match. You have never openweight 6-man tag team matchup championship. Of course, Tanahashi and Toru Yano and Bule Oleg versus LIJ. Of course, Bushi, Hiromu, and Yoshi, and of course, Yoshi. And you have the KOPW Openweight Championship defended. Yuya versus Great O'Khan. And, man, TDMK versus Clark Connors. And, man, there's so many fucking matches here. Naito versus Caleb Newman. So many matches that we have here, folks. But the one that we're really invested in are these two matches here. And what I don't know, depending on these gentlemen and what other matches are invested. But, man, who's going to be crowned the junior weight champion here? Is it El Dorado or Tachi Ishimori? Or who will John Moxley retain the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion with his Evo? And I'm going to say right now, we're getting my shit out of the way before we went to Battleground. Look, Evo, no. I'm sorry. Temple, I know you're a big fan of House of Torture. I am. I'm glad they're the last thing that they're the future that's going to hold down for New Japan, because Bullet Club is pretty much the end of it. LIJ, Los Ingobernables is heading to that direction. I think, I think Yoda's going to take over after Naito retires. I think he's going to bring his new version of it. And I'm excited to see, but by far, shout out to Ninja Mac on this tournament, even though he did not make it to the finals, but Ninja Mac fucking killed it. Man, great fucking matchup that he's been having. Bangers. Those bangers, man. I know we haven't had the opportunity, folks, for us to cover the whole, our personal life is difficult, but we're at least letting you guys know what's happening here. And I know Temple is ready for that. Like, Temple, we love you too. I believe in. Don't say his name then. Don't say it. Don't say his name. I told you. Yes, Dominion is stacked. So, Redeemer, what are you looking excited for, champ? In regards for this card, 9 matches happening on Saturday midnight, heading Sunday for us here on the States.
Honestly, the whole card really. It just seems so literally, like it was just said, it's stacked. Like for even these 2 matches right here, listen, I know a lot of people don't like Evil. I like Evil. I'm still, I don't know. It's weird to me how him and Sonata aren't a thing no more. It just still blows my mind seeing that. But I don't know. I like this Evil still. Every time there's no way he's beating Moxley. No way. He's not taking that title off of Moxley. I'm with Temple. The only person you have Moxley lose that title to is Yoda Tsuji, and that's it. You go full commitment on that guy, and that's it. Mm-hmm. Honestly, if I'm gonna pick a winner here for the Best of Super Junior final, I'm going Despy. I gotta go Despy here.
Hell yeah, thank you. Oh, I'm with you on that.
Wrong. I love Taiji Ishimori. Guy is fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
But Desperado, man, that guy is something else. He
deserves it. He fucking
fantastic. I am all for Despy winning the finals here. But yeah, I'm gonna check this show out because again, stacked card, and I'm excited to check it all out, especially that Cobb and Ishii match. My God.
Oh my God! Right? I already know Ishimori is gonna go old school, and Jeff Cobb. Oh my God! It's gonna be.
I'm excited for this show.
Me too. I'm so excited, man. Oh, Pepsi Phil.
So I'm a little. So this is what So here's my thing. I'd like Evil to win, but he's not gonna win. Because here's the thing. Here's the problem. I would let, in my head, Evil wins Shota beats Suji beats Evil for the belt, which thereby kills House of Torture. Because that's when House of Torture falls apart in my head. But I think it's better if he takes it off of Moxley, and I think it has more weight. Unfortunately, Evil, as much as I love him, his last championship run was not epic enough that he can get the belt and drop it to Suji. And that's
I'm with you on that. I agree with you.
No, and that's no disrespect to Evil. He just didn't have that much of a run.
Mm-hmm.
Not because he became champion at a rough time for New Japan at that time.
Yeah.
So
But that was during the pandemic, though. Remember we talked about that? Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying. Now I'm going to be the odd man out.
Okay.
I'm picking Shimori.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, I'm okay with that.
Honestly, he's got this edge to him now that as much as I love Desperado, I like what they're doing with him. Like there's an edge to him, like this. I don't know. It's not this Rebel, but it feels like this Rebel run that he's on, and it's starting to speak to me. It's slow, like I said, it's slow burning, and it takes a minute for it to kind of kick in. But there's something about the watching them work that goes, oh, that dude's he's in a. I literally said when I watched, like, oh, he's in attitude era mode at that one.
No, he is. He's been that way for the last almost a year, ever since since Jay White left, and ever since now that David Finley took over, he's been in an attitude.
Yeah, he's been like. So
I love it. I fucking love it.
So I think this is a good hit for him. I do think Hanari and Temple. I'm with you, man. I do think Hanari's going to win.
I think so too. I think Hanari should win that match. I'm glad he's back. And as much as I love Shingo,
and I'm not going to. And here's the problem: I'm going to pick Jeff Cobb to beat Ishii, and I'm not comfortable with that decision. I hate going against the pit bull, but Cobb right now I think is on a pretty good run. And it's got some energy to him, but at the same time, if Ishii won, I would not be upset.
I wouldn't be upset either, but I think it's gonna be a banger matchup. I honestly, all of these matches could be a match of the night. It's so difficult, honestly. It's so really hard. But I'm with Temple. I'd rather see Aaron Henare win the Never Open Weight Championship, and I think it shouldn't even bother Shingo because he's gonna put him over. And now, we and you two, we all spoke, Justin, you and I and Phil, all of us have about Henare is underrated as fuck. He is one guy that I've been impressed since he made his debut, and when he made his debut in the tournaments, even on the G1, this man has been killing it. I hope Aaron wins that fucking Never Open Weight. He deserves it. He fucking deserves it.
Before he joined United Empire, I was a big guy. It's like when he joined them, I was like sold that he's gonna get better and better and better every single time. And like he's, as much as I'm like a big Shingo guy, I want Henare to win. I do, like big time. Like Shingo putting him over, like to just be like, here's the shit, like you finally did it. You conquered Shingo Takagi. Like that's big. So I hope he wins that title.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly. 100%.
Oh, yeah. That's big mean slapping meat. Oh, my God. Yes, it is. And Yoda Shuji never with 6-man tag not happening. But has one to save you. Yeah, I'm with you.
Exactly.
I don't see it either. I think Yoda Sushi's gonna, like how Phil and Justin were saying, it's gonna happen probably at Wrestle Kingdom. That he's gonna end up winning the belt. Maybe from Evil. Because and then now Sonata got cleared. Now he's gonna come back soon. So maybe let's say Evil wins the belt. Then like Temple saying that it does make a sense for Evil to win. The fact is he brings the New Japan WGP title back to Japan and have put asses in seats to see people to be like, somebody beat this man for this belt. I'm tired of seeing him cheating and shit. But yeah, you know what? It makes sense overall on the entertainment side. And this could be maybe the Sonata Evil, the match we wanted to see, a storytelling with that when Evil turned, on LIJ and Sonata stayed before he turned himself. So maybe that could be the story at the beginning of it, and then later down the line, then you can have Yota Tsuji, who's going to be the future of LIJ. Because I still feel like Naito's going to leave. I think this last Wrestle Kingdom is coming up. I think that's it. I think he is done. I really hope that Tanahashi and Bushido board really put him in charge on a creative side and help him help, because Naito is my man. I love that man. He is a rebel for that company. And so you can go to Nobles, homie. Love it. Yes. LIJ clearly is Jake Lee's good looking out, guys. You're young. It's a young prospect. Yes. That's right, too. Absolutely.
God, just hearing the word hire after Naito is just, I can't even think of that.
I mean,
I'll be sad. I'll cry, to be honest, because
truth be told, for me, Naito was their Undertaker for me, which is weird.
I agree. I think he was really more the Undertaker mixed with, I would say, John Cena kind of comedy in a way, comedy wise. I'm not saying about not his wrestling style, but comedy wise.
Yeah. No, I mean, like in regards to like just the leadership, yeah. So, but it was like I
said, hatred for the Intercontinental title every single time.
Oh yes,
yeah.
But this Desperado right there, like what Temple's saying, you know, we'll see, man. Right now, it's the future for New Japan. Tanahashi has a lot on his plate. He has to build now the next 5 to 10 years for this promotion to see where is it going to go with now, especially the exit of Tomohiro Ishii, the exit of Naito, the exit of them two mainly is now he needs to develop who's the future. Like Finley, your Gaijin. You still have to develop other Gaijins that you have, and with in talent, young lions, like Yota Tsuji, who came from Noah, and now he came here to New Japan to really make himself a character that I think people are loving and liking. The same with Yuya, the same, with Schuster. So it's New Japan has a lot of his plates, and I believe that Tanahashi could do it as long as he has the right creative team to help them build and develop all that new fucking talent. I think they could do it.
I mean, feel free to come at me all y'all want, and it's just my initial thought. But when I look at Tsuji, I see a young Nakamura.
No, I'm with you. No, I totally agree. Because I remember when it was a young Nakamura, that type of style, what you're saying, Phil. I am so with you on that.
And and it's not one for one, obviously, but there is a certain edge and style to him that I go, that kid's gonna be dangerous.
Oh man, I can't wait.
So
the House of Dickheads.
I don't know what they did to you, but show me on the door where they touched you.
Oh, the banger's here. What's going on? Oh, the banger is in the house. Where is it, then?
Banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger.
I'll switch both sides. I don't care.
I'm just saying. I don't know, Tim. You might want to have a cage match with Tony to get the TK name back for yourself.
Exactly.
I say it all the time. We got the best TK over here, so
we do. Hell yeah. Yes, if you're good, if someone has the onions to compare you to Shinsuke Nakamura, and that's Yota Tsuji, and it is. Phil really hit the jackpot on that. I agree with that. I really do. And it does remind me of that. Yota Tsuji could be the future really for that New Japan upcoming talent, your next Naito and next Nakamura. So it's a mixture of both. He has the characterism, the charisma, the in-ring abilities. This man could really do it. Finley could be your next Kenny Omega if he wants to be. It's just knowing how you book him. Gato, because I'm going to say right now, even though I do watch Japan, I know how to speak. We don't speak too much here because we've been overwhelmed with a lot of things happening in professional wrestling. But one thing I would say, Gato, get your shit right, because don't be surprised Tanahashi will tell you, get the fuck out. I'm going to have somebody else be the booker of that instead of me. So don't be surprised. Tanahashi, now that he's president of that, he could really put.
You know what I keep thinking about all the time with Yota Tsuji? I think about like everything like with like Kota Ibushi. Like every time I think about with Kota Ibushi, I think about how he says there's only two gods to him, and that's Tana and Shinsuke. Yota was always at ringside for like Tana's matches. He was always at ringside for Kota's matches. So like it's just crazy to think about how like that circle is there for that right there every single time.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm with you on that, brother. You nailed it in the coffin, brother. Yeah, we miss you too, man. We miss you. We miss you. You'll be back soon, brother. I know. You'll be back. I get it. All right. Now we gotta get into it now. Before SmackDown starts, folks. And that is the predictions for another prediction. Yes.
Wonderful.
NXT Battleground happening this Sunday, folks. We will be here Sunday for the watch along. People that are listening on the audio platforms, you want to come and join us, subscribe to our channel. We will be here watching alongside. Who's going to be hosting this? It ain't going to be me. It's going to be the champ, the prediction champ, the Redeemer, who's going to be hosting it. Battleground here that we're going to have. So we're going to break down the card. We have 6 incredible matches that I'm excited for. The is crossing the lines. That's the reason why the title of this show is crossing the lines, because we're getting the forbidden door that we're hoping that we're getting more. But we're going to start it off with the triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. Obafemi defending the championship versus Joe Coffey and Wes Lee. Now, the biggest question here, prediction champ, you are the champ. Or 2 questions for you. Are you going to put that title on the line?
Oh,
and who do you got in this triple threat match?
I'm absolutely putting the title on the line. Like I told everybody.
You heard it.
Notorious. I told you, even if the reign is short, I'm just glad I won it. That's all I needed. That's at this point, I'm fine with it. But I'm gonna put my predictions like to the test here with this, because I'm like, again, I'm pumped for this show. Honestly, this is tough because Obafemi as North American champion's been great. Wes Lee, it's really drawing me in that Wes Lee's going to win the title back. It's tough because I kind of don't want Obafemi to lose the title just yet. Like it's such a coin toss here. Honestly, if I'm going to lock in the pick here, I'm going to say Obafemi retains, honestly, because I think he's going to keep it going. Like he's been doing great with that title, and I don't think they're going to pull the trigger on Wes just yet. I do think they will put the title back on Wes. I just don't think it's not yet. I think they're going to save it for Wes to have a one-on-one match with Oba. So that way you have the big guy, little guy dynamic. So that way when Wes beats Oba, look at what he had to go through to beat Oba. So here I'm going Obafemi retaining. Honestly, like I think Obafemi retains here. It's just I can't see him dropping it just yet.
Okay. 2 questions.
What do you got?
When is TakeOver?
This show?
NXT TakeOver.
It's Sunday.
No, not Battleground and TakeOver.
Oh God. It's usually what?
What's the event? What's the event they usually have it with SummerSlam, right?
Do they usually? What's the specific one they usually have for SummerSlam?
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. That's coming up. This is my pick. I think Oba drops it.
Really?
Yeah, because I think he loses this belt because the next PLE he's getting the NXT Championship.
Oh wow, that's the big one actually.
Yeah, that's who I think, because I think having Obafemi with the belt going after the NXT Championship doesn't work. Right now, he has reached, and for me, he has reached a level that he does not need the North American title. He's ready for NXT Championship, in my opinion.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'd like to make the next prediction, but we ain't got to it yet because I'm gonna tell you, I want to predict who he's gonna take it from.
Oh boy, like I like that choice too, because it's like so tough. I could see them staving Wes getting the title for a bigger like thing for like SummerSlam time.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, so that's why I kind of went with more like I said, having Wes conquer that big challenge in Oba at like a bigger show, to me, just feels more like something you should do instead of just being like, we're just gonna take the title off him now.
See, here's the thing about the NXT title, North American title. North American titles usually don't win with like big one-on-one matches all the time. If you think about it, during the Cole era, it was always in like some kind of multi-man match that he got the belt. It's always like some kind of gimmick match.
Mm-hmm.
So in my head, it's like it goes to him, and then it's a 3 triple threat, so it can go to him. Or honestly, he could take the pin and let someone else win. Either way, Oba loses the belt, gets ready for the next PLE. Whoever wins between, and we'll predict that, Trick and Ethan, Oba takes it off of them.
Let's see.
Keep my through line is I need Oba Femi to be the NXT championship before by the end of the summer.
So do you feel
that's what I'm biased on that one right there.
I get your point, but my thing is really more that Oba Femi is gonna retain on this one. But the thing is, for me, I think I see Wesley winning that belt back down the line when it's gonna be an individual story between Oba Femi and Wesley. I see that happening. Joe Coffey, I know they just got back. I'm assuming they just signed a new contract. They re-signed. They stayed. So of course the whole group is staying. In this case scenario, I see down the line later for Oba Femi to get the NXT World Champion. I don't see it happening immediately unless Shawn Michaels books it already. Which I gotta listen. I don't know if he's in the media scrum already. I don't know if he did it today or he's gonna do it tomorrow. I'm looking forward to hearing what HBK had to say, but Oba Femi right now, I think he's gonna retain on this one. I think Joe Coffey will just add it to this, and I think they're gonna figure out that group, that faction down different story.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel that Oba and Wesley will tell a fucking story later on, which they'll have their singles match, and I feel like maybe Wesley will win that title back, and then you can have Oba Femi going after the NXT championship.
Okay.
I'm just
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. All right, and then we have the NXT Tag Team Championships. We have Axiom and Frazier defending those titles versus OC. The OC. That's right. See, I didn't put the series picture. I put that one. You see how fucking Luke Gallows like, hey, yes, it is. I love it, man. But Redeemer, who do you got on this one? Do we got new tag team champions or still NXT championship? Tag team champions?
Now, I've seen a lot of people saying that they think the OC, the Good Brothers, are going to win the tag team titles.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
See, I don't think it's going to happen. Like, I don't get why you put the titles on Axiom and Frazier and then take them off for the Good Brothers. Like, I get it. Like, they're the veterans right now. So if you take the titles off of them and, you put the titles on them and, have them run the tag division for a little bit. Like, I just don't know. I can't see them doing it. I think Frazier and Axiom getting a win over the Good Brothers is something to kind of help, for their tag team title run. So honestly, I got Frazier and Axiom retaining here.
Okay.
Okay. Pepsi Phil, what do you got for us, brother?
So here's the problem with Frazier and Axiom.
What? What's wrong with them?
What's the problem?
What's the problem with them?
They are a great tag team.
Okay.
If you put them in a room with a bunch of other tag teams, I could not pick them out. And it
why?
Wow.
Take them even with the mask, because here's the problem. This has not been the most spectacular of tag team runs. And it's not that it's not a bad run, and it's not but it hasn't really been. It's not like, say, a run where like you go, ooh, I remember that match they did, or I remember that match they did. It's just they always have good matches.
By the way, and I apologize to interrupt you, but whoever wants to answer that question, go right ahead for Hugh.
No, I think they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'm pretty happy with this. I mean, I'm happy with their rate, and it's not the biggest roster, but everyone there is quality. So I'm happy about that.
Agree
And
with
it's
that.
not their fault. Right now, the NXT tag team division is probably the lightest it's ever been.
Yeah.
And I think bringing in the OC to make it interesting is not a bad call. It's the same thing they did with Dolph Ziggler and the NXT Championship.
Yeah.
And look how that ended up. So, I'm picking the OC because I think it needs the tag team division there needs a shot in the arm, and the OC could be it. And they're good. And heel champions make better. Having heel champions make it easier to build talent, in my opinion.
You want to see Kayla's comment there?
Yes. So the OC and AOP for the NXT title would not be an upsetting match. So, but like I
bold
said,
statements from Temple here, but I'm sorry. Go ahead. My apologies.
I mean, that's possible. But I mean, for me, the OC right now is what their tag division needs. Because let's think about it. Outside of Frazier and who else do they have as tags? I mean, they have. That's not true. They do have a bunch. They do have good tag guys. It's just they don't.
They just don't, because they only have 2 hours. They don't have much, man.
Yeah, and I mean that's the nature of the beast. But you would think they would at least have some room. But the guys need to they need to start building up the guys. And I think you build up guys easier with a heel champion.
I'm with you on that. And what's up, Edward? Shout out to Edward, man. What's going on? He said the Good Brothers pick up the tag teams here, titles here. Hey, man, I wouldn't mind either. Get your podcast. Shout out to Just Get Your Podcast. Make sure to check out the new episode they have on audio platforms, folks. Subscribe and follow him all over all audio platforms and social medias. Our boy Justin right there. My man Justin. Cross would need a special guest. Oh, really, Kayla? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, but for what it's worth, though, they don't win clean.
I like that statement there from Just right there. Tag team division at McDonald's ice cream machine. It's broken. No one fixes that shit.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's broken.
Oh my god!
But it ain't putting out. It ain't putting out what it used to. But I will say, like I said, I do think these guys will be a good shot in the arm. And I think and honestly, let's face it, they do have enough charisma to be good heels. So
I'm with you. For me, I will pick the OC because I feel that with them being those NXT tag team champions will help develop at least the tag team division itself. Veterans that's able to teach, hey, throw me this story. I still feel down the line, the future for the Performance Center is going to be these men. And I know Carl Anderson is not going to say no. I know that Luke Gallows ain't going to say no. He's going to be like, hell yeah, we could drink and just coach. Why not? I know it's going to be fucking doing that shit. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. So he's going to end up doing that. And I feel with them winning these, even if they don't win, but they still get it, it's still in that story. It kind of helps the tag team division more get its attention. I know that we missed prior to the beginning of NXT, when it was the importance of that tag team division back in the days. I know right now it hasn't been because of other stories that are developing, and now a new title being brought. But I'm hoping once they go to the CW network, Redeemer, I'm hoping please give them one more hour. Give them another fucking hour. If CW pays, hey, you know what? We'll pay this much. We'll give you 3 hours. I will be happy for them because that gives the time to build this division and other stories they deserve to have. And that's when Shawn Michaels needs to talk to William Regal. Hey, you know what? We got 3 hours, pal. We got to figure this out. First 2 hours, yeah, you can barely go by. Now you're going to have an extra hour? I hope they do. Because NXT have so much great talent. And now with the addition of Ethan Page, with Sean Spears, with the OC that is coming, that are there more, and Michin that we'll talk about it in a few moments. But I'm just happy that they're at least they're inputting this and really develop this. I'm tired of calling it developmental. We know that it is definition wise, but really more, I want it to be its brand where it used to be when the beginning of NXT. I missed that, and we're seeing it little by little.
I mean,
and I'm hoping
it's
that
still a developmental. I mean, it still is. I mean, it's just,
I agree with that. I agree with that. But
So
my
it's
thing
like-
is really more given that itself its own course. You get what I'm saying? Like really for itself. Because
See,
I'm
not-
tired of calling it that way. And I apologize to interrupt you. I'm just saying. I get what you're saying. That it's still developmental in our definition, of course, that is defined.
Mhm.
However, for the audience sake and for us being the audience, I want it to be its brand where it used to be years back again. Oh, I want to tune into NXT. I want to see what's going on. That's what I want to see for this brand. I want people to tune in that channel and go this way. Hell yeah, I want to see what's going to happen.
So here's
Not
my-
just.
So here's my thing. I don't need 3 hours for that. I barely got enough of commitment time to do 3
Give
hours.
me 2.5 hours in. Shit.
It
Give me
doesn't. No,
2
man. Here's the, no. You just said it. No, you just said it yourself. Back in the day, they could do it in 2 hours. They can still do it in 2 hours. They just need to change the format. They don't need 3 hours. They have the same format. They can just do what they use. No, they can't do what they did before, but they can book it similarly. They don't need to go to 3 hours. They can just do what they did in the past and how they handled the content back then.
See, look, Kayla's even here. Like that's a whole point, Pepsi Bill, my boy. Kayla, I know you love him. I want to see. Gallows
I mean, Scarlett may have some words with you about that, but I'm gonna let you two deal with your. I mean, if you want to put cross on if you want to have a cross on a pole match with Scarlett, feel free.
I want to see Gallows turn on Anderson.
She ain't got to worry. Really, so.
Keo, I want Gallows turn on Anderson to create CM Punk. No, we don't want to see that.
Oh, stop.
No, we appreciate you, Just. You know, we love you, brother. We need to have you back on the show. Temple saying Axiom and Nathan retains here. Gallows Anderson versus AOP at main roster. Hopefully so.
That's not a bad call. That is not
Thank
a bad
God
call.
Gallows aren't in this NXT. My God, they're stop hating on Scottish people, man.
Listen,
I know
Gallows is not trash. That team is fucking amazing.
That team is amazing.
It is.
It's amazing, Temple. She loves me too.
Well, that's a different story.
Nice.
Fair enough, Scar.
Right.
Fair enough, Caleb.
All right. So we got the NXT Underground as we got Shayna Baszler who challenged Lola Vice for this NXT Underground. The question is, who takes this Underground fight? And keep in mind, folks that are listening and watching, this is at the Apex in Vegas in the UFC territory. So you know this is going to be like that where you see the Raw Underdog or Underground, and the one that you saw NXT Underground. This is actual UFC. If they make this shit a Lion's Den, I will be fucking going gnarly for that shit. I swear, I'll be like, yes, give me a Lion's Den. That's what I want. Oh my God, man! Biggest question here, champ. Who do you got winning?
Oh, I think this one's kind of easy for me to pick right here. I'm going Lola Vice. Like,
yeah.
I love Shayna Baszler, but like Lola's been killing it. Like literally fucking killing it. I think a win over Shayna Baszler is massive for her. You want to like fully show us that you're dedicated to be like, this woman's going to be like the next big threat in the women's division. There's her knocking out Shayna Baszler with that backhand she's been doing. My God, she's that right there is a statement in its own right there. Like I could say this, the NXT Underground match has been a success from the start. Like I know we saw Raw Underground and we all like shit on that from freaking Hell to High Waters because it was really that just not enjoyable. But like being NXT, it's been fantastic. Every single match has freaking delivered. And I'm excited for this. Like, I can't wait to watch this. And like I said, I'm going Lola simply because you're You want to build up someone big in the women's division and be like, listen, you want someone to take that title at some point, and then have it be Lola Vice right there. I'm going Lola, hands down.
Okay.
All right.
Pepsi,
Phil Esquire.
I'm going to have to disagree with the champ. So
Are
here's
you going to challenge with the belt?
We'll see.
You got 24 hours. He's putting that belt by Sunday.
Here's the thing. Lola's on a like you said, Lola's on a massive kick. Truth be told, and this will sound terrible, this is a great concept, but for me, in regards to her run as a wrestling champion, this makes no sense. Beyond the fact that it's a good fight, and it's a good solid fight, the underground, I think, apparatus is a little weird for a wrestler to go into. Exactly. So I feel like if Lola wins this, she's kind of like stuck as being like the underground queen. But if she loses and then goes into another match as a wrestler and win, the underground gets left behind and Shayna gets to pretty much be that champion. So I don't think it's a bad call for Lola to lose this one, because I don't think she loses anything by losing Shayna Baszler. Because keep in mind, she was I'm trying to think. I believe she was the champion before. She was NXT champ before. She lost to. She lost to Asuka. She was a champion at NXT.
No, she lost to
Shayna lost to Rhea.
Did she lost to Rhea? Okay, she lost to Rhea. So before Rhea came up, Shayna was the champ. But before Bayley went up, she lost to Rhea. So losing to Shayna honestly does not lose her any momentum. And truth be told, and this will sound bad, Shayna could use this win. This is a even though Underground, and to Temple's point, is a little it has a history. Truth be told, I think Shayna would have more fun here. And considering the fact that she just did, was it Bloodsport, and won that, I feel like this is pretty much a good way to keep that on, especially since they're in Vegas during UFC.
Now, here's my thing on this one. There could be two scenarios on this case. There's two here. We could have. It's hard for me to choose a winner here, because I wouldn't mind. I think if Lola Vice wins this one, it really puts up to that level to be the next contender for the women's championship. That could be the case in this one. However, in this one, though, you have two scenarios. What Temple mentioned in this comment, why I still have it there. You could have Shayna, or you could have Masha Slamovich. This is where the cross the line is for that reason. And Masha, and I said this last week, she could show up and cause Shayna to lose this one. Or let's say Shayna wins and then Masha shows up and she's like, all right, you and me, we're not done yet. We have a story we need to finish.
Is Masha still with TNA? I thought it was a temporary contract. I thought it was a temporary contract. Okay.
She's still there. So this is something. Remember, she's a tag team champion with Eddie Edwards' wife.
Okay. For some reason, I thought she had one of those short TNA contracts. So
so she's staying there. So this is something that they can really input with Masha in this scenario, and then that's where you can have the crossover between TNA and NXT. This could be the opening door for it. We already have it already with Jordan Grace, but this could be the opening door already heading into that.
I mean, it could be worlds. It could be a worlds collide. This could be the real
for sure.
Yeah, okay.
I am with you, brother. I'm with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm so with you because I feel like that could be the beginning of it. So maybe that could be the case in this one. And Shayna beat him, removed the last.
Okay.
There we go.
And then Shayna lost to Rhea, who then freaking lost to Charlotte, which still pisses me the hell off.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. You got to remember, there was that period where the NXT championship was being won by everybody who was great. Like, it was almost a daisy chain of great champions.
Well, remember, that was during the pandemic era, so it wasn't really much to do at that time, unfortunately. Hey,
All right,
I'm with you.
All
right, we're almost there.
Next
We
one I
get,
want.
yeah. Oh, who will be? And you see? Oh no, hold on.
Just
Hold
go.
on, hold on.
I'll throw y'all a good one. Just call this the cake match.
This is Nalga Mania ladder match is what it's called, all right? That's what it is. But I know that you wanted this one. I knew it. Pepsi Phil right away.
Give me what I want.
That's what he wanted. He wanted this ladder match. You see the ladder right there between us? It's right there. That's what I put it because I know it's Nalga Mania running wild. So we have 6 incredible women competing to become the first ever North American Women's Champion. We have Sol Ruka, Lash Legend, Fallen Haley, Jada Parker, Michin, and Kelani Jordan. The one who is the champ here is going to decide who will be the first ever North American Women's Championship. Honestly, before I pass to you, Justin, I'm going to say it very, very quick. I'm not giving my prediction yet, but I'm saying I'm excited for this one. These 6 women's are I'm afraid to say it, and I know I'm going to get shitted on. This could be the match of the night. I think it could be.
Oh, it could be.
Oh my God! What do you got, champ? What do you got on this one?
This is tough.
I know.
I literally want all 6 of these women to win the championship. I'm fine with any of them win with just really.
Jesus, Justin.
Fuck.
Respectfully. Oh my God.
Oh man, like
thank you.
Should have been a cake on a pole match. Yeah, why the fuck not?
That's right, Justin. My bad, brother. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
This is tough. This is a tough pick because, like we talked about, having Michin win would be a great thing because
yes,
having the veteran win the title to like give it some kind of like something behind it right off the bat is a good way to do it. But again, giving it to any of the 5 like youngsters, you get like a big boost for them. Like it's so tough. Honestly, God, I'm gonna have to go with I believe Sol Ruka wins the title here.
Yeah.
I knew it. Sol Ruka, I fucking knew it.
I feel like they're behind her so much.
Let me ask you this, Justin. When you saw NXT this past Tuesday, remember when they had the seat and you could tell who did the more talking, less talking, didn't really say much. Who didn't say anything really much at all? Who didn't really say much? So
really.
Did she say anything? She was like, all right, whatever. Like
one friggin' line, and that was it. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just tough here. But honestly, I feel like they're really behind Sol Ruka a lot, and I think she's gonna end up winning the title here. So I'm locking in Sol Ruka.
Oh, I love that.
I'm gonna have to agree with the champ on this one. Even though keep in mind, she just came back from an injury and they're pushing her hard. Jesus. Justin, you're supposed to be the higher learning one here. You're supposed to be on the higher, more enlightened level.
No, I want to be the latter.
You out here choosing violence.
Like the beautiful people used to do their entrance in TNA. Everyone would just go, I want to be the second rope. Like, that's it.
See, nigga, even Temple saying, I don't even know what's PG. Like, this is not PG.
But I'm with Justin. Sol Ruka literally came back, 3 months ago from an injury?
Yeah, was it a torn ACL or was it MCL?
Yeah, it was a torn ACL, and she's already blowing up, and they're pushing her really. She picked up where she left off, literally. So in my head, she's winning. In my heart, I want Jada Parker to win. In my heart, I want Miss Parker. In my heart, I want Miss Parker to win.
Miss Parker. Miss Parker. And Brother Nero, I knew you'd come. Wonderful.
So, but yeah, honestly though, this is one of those matches that no matter who wins, it's a good run for them.
Chad just took a whole fucking turn.
How the fuck did we get here?
It's 6 incredible women. You know, like there you go.
No, but
it should
honestly,
be mandatory to climb the
but,
ladder with the
all right,
horse.
let's try to go back on track. Honestly, no matter which one of them wins, it's a good spot for the North American title here for this one. Every single one of them pretty much has something in regards to how they yeah. But honestly, yeah. In this one, I think it's Miss Parker. Although there is an interesting thing of having Michin win, having her hold the title for a while. Because I think the thing that's always bothered me about Michin or Mia Yim, depending on which one you're in, she never held NXT Gold. Like she never won a championship. So for me, it'd be justice if she won a title.
Oh, damn it!
I'm sorry, Phil. It's just fucking this chat is killing us right now. You can see. You read that out loud if you want to. Go ahead.
No, I'm good.
Listen, I love Angelina Love and Velvet Sky, but my God, that is horrible.
Oh man! Unless you want to say like how Brian's saying here, the Dusty Road, Miss Parker.
Miss Parker.
Yeah. So I think I want Michin to win, and I want Sol Ruka to take the belt off of her.
Oh, I love that.
Be nice.
Because at that point, the belt Michin gets a belt. He gets a good run. So Ruka gets to win 1-on-1. Because honestly, as much as I love this ladder match, her on 1-on-1 would be so much better. So
look, fucking Justice, like Phil said, cakes earlier. This is more like double tres leche cake.
I mean, yes, it is, but still. But either way, the interesting thing about all 6 of them is, this is one of the few times there's not a scrub in the match.
I hope there isn't one though.
Yeah, but look about it. Remember, usually when we watch these matches, there's always that one person who we go, "Oh, that person's taking the pin. Oh, that person's taking the pin," kind of thing.
Yeah.
Who do you pick to take the pin in this?
But this is a ladder match. It's different though.
Well, no, even from a ladder match, someone's got to take who takes the biggest L in this match?
I don't know.
Because remember, somebody's got to get thrown off the ladder.
There's so many to this story because you have 6 incredible women. You got a veteran. You got 5 athletes that are the feature of this promotion. It's great. And you have one that's in a hot seat because she's like, but babe, I mean, no, I broke up with you. You know, like, I'm talking about
Willy Wonka.
Also, keep in mind, you remember last NXT, they did a 6-man tag or 6-person tag.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, there was a whole lot of storylines built just from that alone.
That was holding on nalgas right there. I'll tell you that. That's what it was.
So there was. They are. And so I will go down the cake route with y'all since I started.
Well, yeah, because you got everybody got heel, you got ketchup.
So here's the thing, though. They're playing to the cheesecake crowd. Oh, you motherfuckers. Secondly, the interesting thing about it is that it's not creepy like it was in the Attitude Era.
No, it's not.
It's
respectfully, all right.
It's respect, not from us, but from on the WWE side. It is fun, man. It is fun. It is not mean spirited, and it's not exploitive. And they are having a good time. And yes. I think that's what's going to make this match really great because they are literally going to play to the crowd and literally do what wrestlers do. They're going to work. They're going to work us marks like we deserve.
Yes.
No pause.
So you got Michin winning this belt. That's what you
in my head, booking wise, I want Michin to win, but she drops the belt to Sol Ruka in the next PLE. If they want to keep it that long, it could just be a couple of weeks. It could honestly just be a couple of weeks run just to kind of get the belt, really get some heat on the belt for a little bit, and then give it to Sol Ruka. But truth be told, of these 6, she's the one who's had the best push. And Justin, you're right. She's the one who had the strongest and best push. Although Lash Legend's really close. but I don't see Lash Legend getting it. As much, and don't get me wrong, I'm pissed about that because I think Lash would probably be a better NXT champion than all of these, but I don't see her getting the belt.
Oh my God, this is really honestly, this is when I was looking at this card and looking at what I saw Tuesday is one of the toughest ones here because all these 6 women are incredibly talented in their own levels, all of them. For them to who's going to win this belt, I'm excited for this one, and I still would say this may be the match of the night because it's the one that's really going to be like, oh, who's going to win this? I can't wait to watch along for this one. I'm excited for it. I'm with you both. That's the ones that I have here and here in my mind and my heart. But you still got Fallon Henley, who is a great heel, great talker. You got, Parker, who's like, shit, she could go. She proved herself. Legend you still got, and, man. I like Bryce, but it just, I don't see it yet. It's too soon. So the one that I will really have to decide on this one, oh my God. Oh my God!
I will take no sentence at this point. All right.
You know what, Temple? Have Miss Temple come in here and say that.
I mean, here's the thing. But back to my original theory: having a heel win that belt would be a good way to start some more heat, though. So,
but we'll have Fallon Henley win that belt then.
Yeah.
This match is more stacked than a supermarket bakery. I can't pick up a winner here. It's too hard. That is kind of hard.
So yeah, I mean, you might have hit the nail on the head by giving it to a heel because, like I said, she's a great talker. She did Tuesday. She did a great job of setting that shit on fire. No pun.
She did. I'd say Tuesday she did.
I don't know, man. I'm getting some Adam Cole vibes off of her. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, I like that. And I'm with you. I like that. I love that comparison.
So I don't know, man.
I don't know either. This one, man.
I was all on board with my plan till you started talking, and all my shit went out the window.
Yeah, damn.
I mean, I think
you know what? I think I'm gonna have to go with Fallon Henley this one. I think she's gonna end up being the one to sneak her and get that belt, and piss everybody the fuck off. And she's gonna be like, "That's right, yep." You mentioned the talker way because she did. This woman is great on promos.
She did. Yeah.
She is incredibly great. And she can piss you off, and I love that from her.
Yeah,
and I think she can really, really do that.
I mean, if you want heat on that, if you want heat on that belt, and you want to have at least a good, strong start for it, I mean, when they did the men's NXT title, it was a lot easier. But if you want to do like your first mid card for this division, you want to give him the heat. It's like the same thing when Jericho won the Undisputed Championship.
Well said, brother.
So
in this case, I guess I'm gonna choose. Fallon Henley. I choose her to win. You got Ruka, you got Michin. You can't unless you change your mind, Phil. I mean, it's up to you.
No, I'm sticking to my plan. But honestly, I'm not. I would not be surprised if she wins, though. I'm not gonna be surprised if your pick wins.
If she wins, I will be shocked. I'll be like, "Fuck yeah! All right, let's go, baby."
Well, I guess I'll wait till after we finish this because I have a Worlds Collide pick that I want to do that I don't think anybody wants to do right now.
All right, we'll do it. So let's go with the NXT Women's Championship. Oh man, if this was a match in Australia, I would have called pay-per-view Morning Glory.
First of all, let me, Justin, can I jump ahead of you on this one, please?
Yes, go for it.
I'm sorry. First of all, this breaks my heart. As much as I love this match.
Why? What is it?
Because somebody has to lose. Because somebody has to lose, brother. And here's the thing. Jordan Grace has been on probably an epic run for TNA. Literally, her matches have been stunning. Her promos have been great. Do you remember the match she had against Allison Kay?
Yes.
That was amazing. The same goes for Roxanne. Roxanne has had an incredible run. And as much as it pisses me off, Jordan's going to lose this match. I do not know how but she will. And the thing about this that I love is that this isn't for a belt, thankfully. So it could let them win, but why would you let your champion lose to an outsider? I do not know. But shit, New Japan did it. Fuck, I don't know. But truth of the matter is, I am picking Roxanne to win, and I hate the fact it'll be on the back of poor Jordan Grace.
See, but I'm gonna go there. I'm doing it right now. Like I'm saying it right now. I'm going Jordan winning this match.
I mean, I love your faith, sir.
I'm serious. I'm going Jordan because if this whole thing of some kind of working freaking relationship of NXT and TNA is happening right now, you don't get anywhere if Roxy retains at this point. Jordan winning kind of keeps it going a little bit. Like I said, it benefits both shows in the end. If Jordan shows up on TNA with the NXT Women's Championship, it gets people from that watch NXT to want to tune over to TNA to go be like, whoa, look at that. She's got their championship in a TNA ring right now. And then vice versa, when she comes back over and stands in front of like the NXT crowd with 2 championships, it makes you want to tune over to NXT to go, oh my God, like this woman just literally took the NXT championship and is now going back and forth between 2 shows, like with her own championship and theirs. Like
that would be ideal.
The only way that this legitimately sums up that we're getting some kind of like little working relationship crossover right now is Jordan wins. It has to happen, or else this is just I don't generally get what the point of bringing Jordan in to lose is. Like, what would be the general point? Like, you just didn't have anybody else in mind for Roxy? Honestly, I'm going, like I said, I feel like this is how you get more out of it. And I go Jordan winning the title here.
That would be an interesting. I mean, she could get DQ'd. I mean, I like the idea of NXT, the NXT belt going to TNA. And maybe Roxanne shows up in TNA for a little bit.
Yeah. Even if she does, like again, just imagine the NXT championship against freaking some TNA people.
No. I mean, I'm with you. Like I said, I would like Jordan to win, but the problem is I don't know if they want to book that. Because for me, she wins this. She does it the old school way, where like a champion visits, take your belt until the next pay-per-view, and then they drop it at that pay-per-view.
I think there's a chance to do something with it.
Yeah. So, and at the very least, Jordan Grace gets another 2 or 3 matches before she drops the belt.
Something.
Which is great for her.
Yeah.
And I mean, truth be told, this has been great for her in the first place. I mean, this is a great exposure for her, and I'm really happy for her anyway.
Yes.
And last night and the Tuesday match she had was great.
So I'm just going to kind of subtly throw this out there a little bit. I also think this is a way to kind of coax her to be like, hey, when your TNA contract's over, NXT.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because honestly, at a certain point, this leaves open a way to excellent poaching opportunities. Because we haven't gotten to them yet, but let's face it, almost a third of the TNA roster either has been through WWE's program before.
Yes.
Or got dropped out of it. So it's not like the folks that they have the option of going to won't be used to being in that kind of promo. And I'm assuming the learning curve would be a lot shorter because let's face it.
I agree, Just. It should be the main event because imagine that being the main event and Jordan wins the title.
Yep.
You go off the air with Jordan Grace holding not only the TNA title but the NXT Women's Championship up at the same time. What a way to go off the air.
I'm with you. And that's what I was going to get to because I feel if I hear you feel that it shouldn't be a crossover when it comes to Jordan Grace winning the belt. I wouldn't mind it though. Or even how, Edward said on the chat, this should be maybe a DQ. Maybe Roxanne retained by DQ. But this could be the beginning start of having that invasion angle, having TNA show up and going at it with NXT. That's right. But just saying here in the chat, saying that shit, I'm with you. I want this to be the main event. I hope they make this the main event. Don't get me wrong. I love Ethan Page. But that of removing you win the well, we know by far that he's already officially signed with NXT. He's not free. He's finishing his dates what he has promises. Remember, Papa H does do that. He allows you to finish everything what you already have promised that you got paid for. Go ahead and do that, but now you're gonna work for us full time. He did it with Jacob Fatu. I know that. I'm not gonna say why, but I know shit. All right, I know shit. What I know, but in this case, this should be the main event. This should be really where the invasion angle begins. Remember, TNA is having their pay-per-view against all odds next Friday. Then Jordan Grace has a mystery opponent. This could be the beginning of the start of World Collides, where you can have an NXT talent challenging her. Could be Roxanne for this rematch if Jordan Grace decides to win the belt.
So
what about if Roxanne loses the belt here, and let's say that Roxanne wins the belt against all odds, winning the Knockout Championship.
TNA title. Vice versa.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so
Worlds collide, baby.
So here's the thing. Here's what I'm picturing. So I forgot against all odds was next week. What if in this? What if in this? Roxanne wins by DQ. Jordan goes to against all odds with her mystery opponent. We don't know who it is, but Jordan loses and then shows up and has a contract with WWE. Because the interesting thing for me is that I don't think there's going to be an invasion angle. I think there will be a Worlds Collide angle where it's just like we got a bunch of guys we want to come in. It won't be an invasion. Because invasion, I mean, there's the moving part for that is, but the fact that they're letting NXT be the invasion, quote unquote, the crossover for a lot of these guys is great. And here's why. NXT, and I know we have a question about it. Wendy Chu looks insane. By the way. NXT is like their developmental program, so they can take more chances with that don't affect the main roster. You can do it NXT, like you saw the jacket, NXT NA.
I love it. That
Like
was awesome.
you can do a lot of crossovers just from a natural matching concept where you have your young talent taking on guys from outside IWC or TNA, and they get all the exposure they need through dark matches with other folks, and they still get the promise of like matches they need and get ready for the main roster while still being in a developmental section.
I like what Temple's saying.
Well, we could probably do that.
I love it.
But like I said, the thing is, I think we'll get I think that partnership happens, but I think it's just going to be NXT NA. Like it won't be like the whole main roster. I think it'll just be.
And I'm with you. Phil. I'm not saying
like, no, I agree. No, I know you didn't say that, but I'm just saying, like, I think the best thing about NXT is it's loose enough and young enough that they can actually take all these chances where we have folks like, can you imagine Obafemi versus Moose?
Oh my God.
Can you imagine Sami Callihan? Oh, I'm sorry. I mentioned this in the chat. Can you imagine Tony D'Angelo versus like Santana?
Give me that. Oh, I love that shit. Oh, I know you mentioned earlier. I dream about that match.
So
I would.
So there are some good. Can you imagine like the entire NXT women's division versus the entire TNA women's division?
Let's fucking go.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that battle royal or that? Well, I guess it'd be kind of a SummerSlam or Survivor Series type thing.
No, you know what? You mentioned that, Phil. This is where Papa A should get rid of the fucking speed title. Might as well bring back the fucking cruiserweight division. Do that tournament with TNA. Oh my God!
So I've had this conversation. Here's the thing about the thing I love. This is why I enjoy the speed title. That is a contract title. Somebody said, "I love y'all wrestling. Please give us a belt and a room and a show." It's like, you internet, we just need 15 minutes. Give us 15 minutes and a belt. And they're like, okay, we will take that check. So God bless them.
Man,
that ain't no real. First of all, that is the equivalent of WWE's and forgive me, FTW belt.
I will say this: if by some hook or by crook chance that this ends up being the main event, I think the chance of the big surprise going off the air is going to be high. Right there. I'll say it.
I think we're gonna. That's what I'm saying, champ. I'm
Well,
saying that we might get that invasion angle here.
Yes.
If really Anthem decides to be like, you know what, go over there, everybody, go over there, and keep in mind as well that Tom, as much as Tom Jimmy, I heard his ass busted open radio. He's like, oh, I didn't know. Shut up, you know shit. You're not allowed to say anything. That's fine. I am okay with that. I love secrets, and I'd rather keep it that way because it gives us more intriguing to invest to tune in. I don't mind that. So it's just if they could do that here and make this a main event and have that invasion angle, we see the appearances of PCO, Moose, we see Eddie Edwards, we see everybody coming in, and we see the rest of the NXT roster coming out. What's going on over here? Oh my God, there's an invasion angle. Oh my God. And end that way. How am I going to any of that shit?
Can we please not do an invasion angle, please? Because I hate the invasion.
What? No, because that's a build. Okay, Phil. I know you hate
the only
it,
reason
so.
why is I like the matchups better than just an invasion. Because let's face it, the invasion angle is too hard to book. For me, anyway. Technically, yes.
It is, Hill. It is.
Just picture Vic Joseph going off the air, and all you hear is him going, "What is the landscape of NXT going to be like now?" And that's how the show goes off the air.
See, look, even just saying, imagine PCO and Chase U chanting.
He chased you.
Oh, I love that.
No, wait, does that mean that fucking Andre Chase would bring him in and be like, "Look, this is like Thea Hale's science project."
That's what I think ends up happening.
Fucking hysterical.
I think the end of that championship match between those two, Julia comes in.
I think so too. That was the last one I was going to bring up too. But
I think it's Julia because I think she should be over her injury, and I think her contract's officially settled with Marigold.
No, yeah, she's done already with that. So that's it. After her surgery, she's officially done.
Yeah, so she should be.
Grasso's going to let her go after that because remember, Grasso is her manager on contracts. So now I know that Grasso's a part of this situation on getting her signed. That what if he was there at the last takeover in Mania weekend? Why was he there for a Hall of Fame? Because he's part of it now. This motherfucker is playing it smart. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
so I don't blame him.
I hate to say it, but I think Roxanne wins and loses to Julia in the next pay-per-view.
This is what I want to see.
What if we get Jordan and Julia though?
I wouldn't mind that either. That would a banger matchup to happen too.
We could
make it a triple threat match. Might as well.
Don't even need to. Just give us Jordan and Julia. Like Jordan gets the
y'all count your chickens before they hatch. This first match ain't even happened yet.
We're excited for it. You're not excited? I'm excited for this.
Her first matchup is trying to get the NXT Women's Championship back on NXT. Like, come on. That just
here's my thing. The problem is I've been burnt enough by these type of supercard matches that I'm just like I want to see how they run it. Like, don't get me wrong, I trust Shawn Michaels and Triple H to run it the way they're going to do it in the old school way. But honestly, I really want to see what they do next. Because here's my thing. Honestly, like I said, either way, at this point in time, TNA finally had.
Telling you, I want ABC and NXT, and I want ABC versus Axiom and Fraser.
See, Justin just fucked up my pick right now because imagine if you will. Now, keep in mind, Chris Bay is still Bullet Club, right?
Yeah,
who also was in Bullet Club?
David Finlay.
Eddie Austin.
No, the original club.
What
if Chris Bay came in and helped them win the championship?
Wild. I am not going to be pissed off at that.
Exactly. Like I said, if you want to do that partnership, that's where I would start. I would literally make it Chris. I would give it. I would let Chris
Anderson and ABC throwing up the two sweets.
Exactly.
I'm done. I am done.
That is, and now you get your Juliet, you get your Roxanne, and you get your Jordan, and doesn't even matter who wins because Julia comes in and screws it up anyway.
Oh my god!
There's so much that could happen in this.
You're killing us with all these fucking my god fantasies.
But honestly, the Chris Bay thing is probably the one I completely forgot because you got Chris Bay. Graham. Oh damn it! Keep in mind, WWE Speedball's contract's also over.
Look right.
Stop.
And stop.
I'm not ready for this.
Oh my god! And look, there's so much shit.
Think about it. Speedball's contract's over, and they're still looking for guys. And Speedball could just as easily come from TNA and get recruited. So there are 8,000. Like I said, this is why I'm not trying to get too excited because I'm making myself dizzy with all these storylines.
I know. Even I'm getting a headache because I'm thinking of this.
Exactly.
I'm holding.
They have so many different options ahead of them. So.
Oh my god, that's even more crazy to think of.
You see that fucking Kang over here giving us
that's
and Temple too. Look at Temple's like, oh my god.
Yes, thank you, Temple. Yes, want it.
I'm sorry, you mean the TNA Tag Team Championships? Yes.
Title for title. Have to win the tag title.
Let's go to the main event because man, all right. Whoop that trick, baby. Man.
Justin, you take this one because I'm too excited for this one.
No, me too, because before I pass to the champ here, I love that promo this Tuesday. Great promo from both. Even though it was short from Trick Williams, but he got the crowd invested. He got them really in there. Like, what are we doing here, NXT fans? Whoop that trick. Ethan, that fucking promo, we're gonna whoop, end that whoop era. Like, I loved it. Everything was awesome. This is, thank you, Papa H. Thank you. That's all I want to tell you. You bet, and I'm glad that I know it's rumor in your window, even though we're opinioners, folks. We're not Sean Ross Sapp, Lee Keller, none of that. But if it is true, if he's fully signed, he is. I'm knocking on wood, and I'm saying that now, this man is not going to regret for him to sign here. Shawn Michaels will really be looking up to him. I want you to help me teach them. And I guarantee you, William Regal, who was a former AEW fucking talent relations, will tell Papa H and fucking Shawn Michaels, hey, this guy you need. He could talk. Trust me, get him going. And believe me, he is going to make this shit happen. Oh my God. As much as I would love Ethan Page from my heart to win this belt, but I know in my mind it's going to be Trick Williams. He's going to have a good matchup, though. We could say here this is going to be Trick Williams' first test as being a world champion. The big one. I don't give a fuck what anybody's saying who are listening and watching. It is a big one for him. Because Ethan Page could know how to put over talent, and he knows how to put himself over at the same time. A, B, C together. He's able to do that. This is going to be a very great storytelling matchup. I guarantee you it is going to be. It's going to be great fucking storytelling. And people are going to be going this way. Well, I cannot wait to see the crowd. I'm excited to see Ethan Page's debut and moving forward as well. I can't wait. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but I feel Trick will win, but by a little thin line, he'll win. But at least it will show of what is an NXT champion all about. And remember, keep in mind, folks, we've seen former NXT champions that has gone through that level. Sami Zayn's gone through the level. Nakamura's gone through the level. Andrade's gone through the level. Malachi Black has gone to the level. Finn Balor's gone to the level. I can name them all. But they've gone to that level of like, damn, I'm getting challenged by this a big top guy. Yes, he is for me a top guy, folks. He just didn't give the credit what credit's due what he did in AEW. He did tremendously in TNA. Left in good terms, had a great relationship with them, and where he's at right now. He moved from Canada to the United States of America. He moved from Canada to Michigan. This man deserves to have this contract with WWE, and I'm hoping down the line that he goes up to the main roster, and this man will be. I'm gonna get shit on about this. I know I am. He's gonna be your future, you could say, Miz of fucking WWE main roster. Because Miz is gonna be on his way out. He's gonna take over that and make it more better than anything that he was never given an opportunity in AEW. Because MJF's already there, so let MJF take care of that. Now this is Ethan Page. So this is one that I'm excited for. As much as I think this is gonna be a banger matchup, great storytelling, but at the end, Trick Williams is gonna win. That's fine. Doesn't hurt Ethan losing this one. That's his debut. It's gonna just the beginning of what he's gonna do. If it's true that he signed and staying with NXT, I'm excited. I am thrilled. I cannot wait. I'm just everything. See Ethan Page. I'm gonna do a clip for this for you to watch, so you know that we're fans of you and we appreciate you whatever you've done outside and inside the ring. And for the fans, thank you for everything what you're doing, and congratulations for what you have accomplished, and hopefully you accomplish more. And I'm hoping you have an incredible future here in WWE, not compared to the other man who decided to not really book you well. That I know that you have respect for him, but unfortunately, I know why we don't get signed. But it's
I'm
fine.
serious. I'm not gonna sit back and take this fucking shit.
Well, you take it because I'm tired of your bullshit, man. This man would have been your future, but you fucked it up. Well, Papa H, I thank you. I thank you. All right. I'll pass you to Pepsi Phil before I pass it to Champ. Go ahead. Take it over.
So y'all know I love Ethan Page with a passion. He's probably one of my favorite guys to see in the ring and one of my favorite guys, period. Like I said, he can talk, he can wrestle. I think we all said that. I was happy to see him in WWE. Do I think he'll win? Unfortunately, no, but I don't think, like you said, it doesn't take anything from him, right? But I think this is a really good way to introduce him to everybody. They kind of teased him a little bit, talking about he was from AEW. But they didn't officially say it. But here's the thing. I think this is a great springboard for him, because I will put this money in my head, this is what happens. So Obafemi drops the belt to Wesley. Ethan Page loses Trick Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Wesley goes into Ethan Page's sights next. Ethan Page eventually goes for the NXT title. I haven't decided if I want him to win yet because it is really early for him. While Obafemi's going after Trick Williams for the NXT championship. So in my head, at the end of the summer or the end of the year, Obafemi is NXT champion. Ethan Page gets to be North American champion, and Trick Williams actually gets to move up to the main roster. So it's like I said. So I booked a whole hell of a lot. I went all insane. I mean, do I think Trick's ready? Not entirely, but Trick's damn close.
Should I call you Phil JR instead of Pepsi Phil? Fuck it. That sounds like to me.
Honestly, right now, Ethan Page, like you said, did not, in my opinion, and I'm not going to use the word deserve, because honestly, they all deserve it. Papa H done said everybody deserves the championship. But I will say Ethan Page earned a better shot than he got at AEW. In my head, Ethan Page probably if he goes to the main roster, I'm with you. I agree with you. He is probably going to be on he's going to probably get the same type of push Miz did. And I say probably within the first 2 years, he becomes IC champion.
Hell yeah.
An IC champion. And I honestly think he will have an IC run similar to Macho Man. I think he will have that same type of charisma and that same type of asshole mentality that Macho Man had.
I fucking love you. Because what the fuck you said right now? Shut up. Hold on. Shut up. I fucking love you. Right? Hold on. Give me a minute. I fucking love you. What the fuck you just said right now? I fucking love you. Oh my God. That is so. I wish you were in person. I just wish I will hug your ass and kiss that forehead of yours and tell you you're fucking right. You're fucking right. All right, you're fucking right. Say that right now.
Because
give me a break here, but damn it, give me a damn break. I'm giving you credit, shit. Right? Fuck, man. Oh my god, what you said? You just nailed the coffin. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because he does remind me of Macho Man a little bit. Like, obviously, there's a difference in him, but there is something about the way he wrestles that reminds me of Macho. And I realize I'm old, so y'all. So I'm old.
Fuck, we're almost close. Relax, all right. That's what do you think? What I said? What the fuck did I say earlier? Why not kiss it forehead? Because what the fuck you said?
Well, I meant like for people watching the show. I'm old.
I get that. Who cares? Age is only a fucking number, all right?
Yeah. So
I don't give a shit.
So I'm waiting to see how he does it because I think NXT will be a really good one for him. I think Shawn Michaels,
even fucking Edward is telling you. I am agreeing with Pepsi Phil. I'm giving him the bottle of Crystal Pepsi.
So, and here's the thing: can you imagine what it would be like to have Shawn Michaels as your mentor and your Ethan Page?
Jesus, what a freaking!
You see what I mean? You see what I fucking mean? Why I tell him to shut up? I love him for that shit.
Oh my god!
Damn it, man.
Because like I said, Ethan, honestly, even before Ethan came to WWE, he had already started killing the indies of literally being gone for less than a month out of AEW. Like he had already booked how many? Oh, that's right. Thank you, Temple. I forgot about that.
That is true.
That is true. I forgot about. Thank you, Temple. I forgot about that, brother. So I forgot because honestly, I only met him in TNA when he had a really weird match against my man Hornswoggle.
Mm-hmm. Man, Pepsi Phil, I fucking love you. Fuck, man. So, what the fuck, man? Why? See? So you see why we do this? Because. Fuck you, man. I fucking love you.
But here's the thing, though. I agree with what you said earlier. As much as I love Trick and Ethan, this should not be the main event.
No, it shouldn't be. But
it shouldn't be the main event. But I understand.
Honestly,
this is a great match. But that Jordan Roxanne match has way bigger implications.
That's fine, and I am so with you on that. That is fine for me. It's really what you just fucking just said. Got to my head like I fucking hate this guy. He fucking said everything I wanted to say. But he said he added Macho Man on this. I'm like, okay, I you know what? I'm done.
Macho Man's a hard one to do, and honestly,
no shit, it is. I mean,
honestly, Ethan Page,
it
upsets me because, like you said. In TNA, I'm sorry, not in AEW, he really could have been their mid-card guy. If they didn't want to move him up, fine, whatever. That's their bad call. But the fact that they never made him a strong mid-card guy always struck me as weird. Him and Scorpio Sky, honestly. The fact that they did win a tag championship, I think, once, which felt very fake and very poorly planned. But honestly, truth be told,
did they ever win a tag team titles?
I thought they did. I thought they had some kind of belt.
I thought they busted the Freebird with the TNT.
Somebody in the chat, let me know if they actually won the tag belts.
I don't remember.
I feel like they did. I feel like they did. So, but back to that. But honestly, even as a tag team, they were never treated well. And Ethan, and they used Ethan a lot of times to put guys over. So, and again, I know he's like this. That's the job, but still,
Brian, that's a bold statement. I'm not touching that one. I'll be honest with you.
I would say it maybe not in regards to wrestler, but I think in regards to professionalism, that is probably what AEW was hoping Sammy would become. Because
tag titles, just so
yeah. Oh, they did. Okay, cool. I thought they did.
Wait, who did they beat, Justin? Who did they beat?
No, they didn't win the tag titles.
Oh, they didn't. Okay, they never did. Okay,
because they did win. They could. Oh Jesus!
I think that will be. Oh my
That would be it. Can you? So here's the question: Ethan Page versus The Miz and our truth and The Miz versus Ethan Page, and who would you give them?
Oh my god!
I'll give Ethan Page.
Yeah.
No. I mean, no. Awesome Truth. Who would you give Ethan Page as a tag partner? I mean.
Oh, fuck.
Can I just be that guy and say if freaking Waller and Theory break up, can we just give him Waller as a tag team partner?
Oh my god, that would work so well.
Honestly, I would. I'd give him Theory. I won't know if I give him Waller. I think
no. Waller fits better.
Theory does sound kind of good, especially off the Evolve history.
Off the Evolve thing, I think Theory Page
sounds a little better. Not gonna lie, although
because let's face it, Austin Theory is like again another underrated guy.
Yeah, big time.
So I mean, but either way, a Miz versus Ethan would be amazing. But back to your point, that promo he did felt very personal.
Yes.
That was not a hello, y'all. Let me introduce myself. I'm Ethan Page. That was hello, y'all. I was in a place that did not love me. Y'all better love me right now.
And what the fuck I want to take. And that's it.
Damn, he does. He does, doesn't he? If he shaved that beard and that mustache, that's Nick Lachey.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, yes, you're gonna stop.
That is Nick Lachey.
Oh no.
Okay, so
I gotta pass the champ because he's the one who got to take it on this one. Go ahead. Champ.
Okay, so we need to talk about not Justin. We need to talk about Trick right now. This is probably this is a solid challenge for him. Ethan Page is an outsider, and Trick has been needing a really after Carmelo Hayes. That is a hard act to follow. So I am really glad they gave him Ethan Page. Trick, I'm glad they broke up the Lash Legend thing he was doing because that just was weird.
But they're dating in real life. But that's fine.
That's fine, but they don't. When they did that with Seth and Becky, how'd that turn out? They said no, we need to stop doing it.
Well, remember Lash Legend fucked up when she said "babe" fucking on television.
Yeah, either way,
fucked up on that one.
But still, but I mean that happens. But honestly,
even Justin didn't even know. He's like, "What? Did you get together? Yeah, they're together." Like, what? Yeah. Like,
wow.
But seriously, but Trick, this is a great challenge for him because honestly, Ethan's a great talker and he is, and as much as I love Trick and I think his run with Carmelo was great, this is a really good test for how well his chemistry is with other wrestlers. Really, not that he wasn't great before, but I think this is a good one because Ethan is really hardcore.
I still feel like he learned from Dragunov. I think Dragunov taught his ass how to tell a story in the ring.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be the test that Dragunov gave him to test it to this man for the first time in the ring.
See, mine is different. He already knew how to tell a story in the ring. For me, I wanted to see his promo work with other people. That's what I wanted to see.
Well, I mean, I get you, but this is the beginning of it. But But for me, it's really more the in-ring abilities of what he's going to be doing with this man.
Yeah, I mean,
this man is a veteran.
No,
people don't say it. That's what I'm saying.
No, you're right. No, you're right. I think with me, I wanted to see he had great chemistry with Carmelo and Ilya. He kind of did because those are the same guys as him, and they kind of came up the same way. Ethan is an outsider. He's like you said, he needs to come up with a brand new person who was like a new guy who was a veteran. How well does he do? I think this foreshadows his visit to them, his quote unquote visit to the main roster at some point.
Mm-hmm. Dango, send me the link. Well, I'll be there with Justin too.
Okay. Oh shit!
Yes.
Damn! We got
no. It's fine. But go ahead.
So take it over. So what you got?
So I can't escape this thought that Ethan's going to win the title here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what it is. There's something that keeps telling me that Ethan Page is going to get the title here only because of what happened after the show went off the air. Oro Mensah jumped Ethan Page after the show went off the air.
I know, my God, did you see how it looked
So-
real as fuck though?
Something tells me
Mm-hmm.
that that's going to come into play, which is what's going to give Ethan Page the championship. I can see Oro.
I see where you're going.
I can see Oro being so hell bent on trying to get redemption on Ethan Page that Trick isn't going to be good with wanting assistance from Oro Mensa whatsoever. That's what's going to screw Trick over. Is Oro Mensa's going to fuck this up big time.
Here's my question. On that line, so suppose Oro Mensa helps our boy win, and they form their own group.
Wow. Honestly,
that gives you a faction, and that gives you Ethan Page being a powerhouse.
He's more than likely, though, going to go after Ethan, especially because he took out Dar.
Oh.
Yeah, Ethan was the one who took out Noam Dar. So...
Oh, no, I am, but I'm Temple just put a new team in.
Oh, hell yeah. Spirit Page?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sounds dope. Also. But yeah, I just can't get over the perfect egos. Wow.
That is a great name.
That is a wonderful name. I love that.
Oof.
Yeah, I just can't escape the fact that I think Ethan's gonna win this because Oro's gonna fuck this up.
I mean,
because he's so hell bent on getting revenge on Ethan for taking out Noam Dar that it's gonna fuck Trick over in the end because Trick's not gonna be cool with wanting help from Oro after what happened with all the Noam Dar stuff.
Oh no,
I'm not Ethan taking advantage of that whole entire situation and end up walking out with a championship. So I'm taking the shot in the dark on this one, and I'm going Ethan Page winning the NXT championship.
I love that.
But it's going to get Trick Williams up to the main roster. Because honestly, I think they're ready to call Trick up for it, and this is what's going to get Trick up there. Because honestly, I think with Ethan's heel mentality, if he starts being that heel, and eventually if you do want to get Obafemi in that contention, imagine him just interacting with Obafemi. It's going to be enjoyable to watch because he'll be like, oh my God, he's huge. What do I do here? Like, it's going to be hysterical to see.
Honestly, Oba versus Trick doesn't give us the same heat as Oba versus Ethan. So I agree with you.
Let me ask you this, J-Man Champ, so you can break it down for the audio listeners and everybody else who listen. Break down why did that happen for Ethan? Because you mentioned what happened about Noam Dar situation. I don't think people really kind of know details of it, but you are an analyst, you are an expert on this. Break it down for them. So, the floor is yours, champ.
So basically, the start was Noam Dar with Trick because it was the whole thing with they had Trick on there, and then they on the the meta with the Supernova sessions, and it ended up resulting in a match. Which Trick ended up winning, and then they had the whole Lash Legends stuff, which again I was starting to get into it even without that. Like I was starting to really enjoy that stuff. But then they had Dar mysteriously taken out, and they were blaming Trick. They were blaming Trick, saying Trick is the one who took out Noam Dar. And even Oro was so convinced that it was Trick the entire time. And then when Ethan Page debuted, after he jumped Trick Williams, he clearly straight up said it. I was the one who freaking took out Noam Dar. Right there. If that doesn't give Oro incentive to try to take out Ethan, but that could be what costs Trick Williams in the process because Trick is not cool with needing help from the guy that freaking basically is associated with one that attacked him at some point. There's no way in hell that I could see Trick being able to retain the title here because I could just see Ethan taking advantage of that entire situation. I just going with Ethan here because again, I think this is going to be his run right here in NXT as champion. Like it's going to be a hell of a way to go with Ethan Page. Like you want to go right off the bat, you want to strap the rocket to him. Have him beat Trick Williams. Everyone loves Trick Williams, but honestly, I think it's time. I think they're ready to call him. I think they're wanting to call him up. I think they want him up there on the main roster right now because, like, that reaction when he came out that one night on SmackDown, that was huge for him. They were so loud for him. They want Trick Williams on the main roster, and I think this is your way of doing it. I got. That's why I'm going Ethan Page winning the title because Oro Mensah is going to be the reason why he's going to end up losing that title because Trick is not going to be good with having help from somebody that he had a feud with, and I just can't see it going any other way right now.
Fuck! Oh my god, I'm excited. Honestly, I'm really excited for this takeover. It's been a while that I have really been excited for a takeover like this. But I'm really excited now with these two debuts that we're having. It's exciting to see where this is going to go to. I know people are, that are listening, watching, are asking, hey, our thoughts of the relationship. I think by this Sunday, then we'll recap and give our determination of where this relationship will go between TNA and WWE. Because we don't know yet. We're fantasy booking at its best when we can. And everybody also in the chat. But right now, we're holding our breath because we want to see how this is going to determine after Sunday for us to really see where this relationship will develop. I know that De Niro mentioned something in the chat that I want to do here, but I'd rather hold that off until it's fully detailed for us to see after Sunday. Then we can decide. Well, not saying that we're in charge of that, but really more deciding, giving our determination where this relationship is going to go with TNA and WWE. And right now, it's just the beginning of it, folks. I know I hear you guys in the IWC community. I see everybody's chats, everybody saying about, they're just going to use them, blah, blah. I'm not going there yet because let me remind you again, folks, that was the other piece of shit era. This is different. So we don't know where this is going. But, man, yes. Really? You had to say it? Okay. All right. Phil, you're going to, Temple, you're going to kill me right now? I'm sorry. Temple, you're going to kill me. But, blame Phil for this one because he said Joe Gacy versus.
I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Hendry's gonna be the secret commissioner that comes in.
I don't look, Temple. I'll send you the screenshot, but you don't believe me. This is what he said. All right, so that's not my fault. It's not my fault.
We talking about crossover. We didn't talk about our boy, really?
Hey, Temple, get on Phil on Instagram. Don't get on my ass, all right?
TNA champion right there. Come on.
Ethan Page is jumping North through. Who the fuck is Noam Dar?
First of all, Noam Dar has been in the game for a short minute, and he has been
another one.
He does a great job. Noam Dar is a good wrestler. Shit.
Yes, he's fantastic.
He is fantastic.
Exactly. I enjoy Noam Dar. I mean, in comparison to Ethan Page, he's a newbie. He's a rookie. And we were all saying the same thing. Noam Dar versus Trick? Why?
Yep.
Ethan Page was a title, grabs the mic, says, I guess I am elite. Edward, that would be a trash to AEW, honestly. I think he would do some shit like that.
That'd be so funny.
I mean, he came close to saying something during that promo this last Tuesday. Mm-hmm. But good for him. First of all,
he held himself. I could tell. I know. I saw it.
First of all, anybody who thinks that man isn't signed or already signed has lost their fucking mind.
Oh God. You know what? Like I said, I rather wait until when this is fully determined.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Like I said, I want to be one of those pieces of shits. I don't want to be none of them because we don't do that here, folks. Yeah. We are analysts here, and we are opinionators, and we pay attention to details and everything. You got the prediction champion here. You got this guy that I fucking love, but I fucking hate him at the same time because he mentioned Macho Man of this fucking shit. Fuck. I swear, I feel like you know how like Steve Harvey will say, like, "Shut up, I'm eating." Shut up. Oh, like that's how I feel right now. You see, that's how you make me feel, Pip. So, but I love it.
Okay, I have a SmackDown. I don't know if I should do this one because it's a SmackDown spoiler.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
AJ and Cody's match is an I Quit match.
Of course it is.
Oh,
that's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what else is wild?
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Not it. I didn't do that one.
Kill me. He's like, I'm sick and tired of hearing that. I hear that shit every morning in the radio.
Temple's not wrong because that song is #1 on Spotify.
Yes, let's go.
Hey, we can make a remix. I believe in tempo. I believe in tempo. There you go. Why not? See, hey, tell Miss Tempo to make you that song, so you can wake up like you believe in you. You know. But there you go, folks. We passed our time, but it was just we had fantasy booking, but we did it, folks. We did it here. Oh my God! It is time to close this out for all of you guys.
Robots, transform and roll out.
That's right, folks. We are rolling out of here, but before we do not forget, we appreciate you all, guys, for tuning in and go join the Outrage Zone. Justin and I will be there momentarily for seeing the last hour of SmackDown, and they're going to be giving their predictions for NXT Battleground with Kayla and Dango. So if you see right there, follow them, subscribe to them if you have not. Do that because Justin and I will be joining them momentarily. But also one more thing before we get out of here, to make sure that you purchase all your merchandise for TRWT there. Go to WTRTmerch.threadless.com. Get the shirts. You get the champ right there. The Redeemer has his own shirt already there. Pepsi Phil, the attorney at law, will be having his t-shirt coming soon. He will be having that. You get Notorious DOM. You got the whole crew from DRT. Yes, I know you guys were like, we're Circle Debate. You will get it after 200. There's a lot of changes coming, so you'll get that. But also, you'll be coming soon will be this shirt right here. Pepsi Phil Ask. You will get this on the t-shirts. You will get it. This man, the attorney at law, that brings justice for you and makes sure. And he's like the macho man right here. The cream of the crop. The cream of the crop. Yeah. He brings that cream of the crop right here for you because he'll fight for you no matter what. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, when you call 1-800-Mussolini, this man is $399 for a consultation. So make sure you hit him up, 1-800-Mussolini, because this man will fight for you and he'll give you a can of Pepsi. But like Justin will tell you right now, and remember, folks, this man is attorney law, Pepsi Phil Esquire. Justin, let him know once again, champ. Let him.
Pepsi Phil and Pepsi are not responsible if you receive the wrong can of Pepsi. Also, COD and Top Rope Wrestling Talk are also responsible for this ad.
That is right. That is right.
Ding.
That's right, folks. And see. Before we get out of here, let's see. Have a good. You too, Edward. We appreciate you very much. All Eagle Elite Page.
Elite Page, yes.
Ethan Page, new NXT merch, Elite Page.
That's hysterical.
I believe in tempo.
I still love perfect. I still love perfect egos.
I like perfect egos. That tempo. You should make that. You should. But man, Pepsi Phil, let the people know where can they find you. Where can they find the attorney at law?
If you're looking for the art, the writing, or whatever, anything interesting to come out of my mouth or my hands, swing by my Instagram at PhilipJP24601. Legal work also available to those who offer me the right price.
All right, just watch.
Also, Philip is not actually a lawyer, so please do not take any of my advice. Do so at your own peril.
Don't listen to him. He's lying to you.
He's lying. He is a fucking attorney at law.
He does a great job at playing it off. He's really actually a lawyer.
He is a lawyer, folks.
I am the Matlock of cervical debate.
He even has a blue and red suit, just like the color of Pepsi.
Exactly.
Remember, he'll fight for you, but he won't give you this.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I knew it. I love when he does that.
I got the same suit, so there is that.
Oh my God! Just make sure, because if not, he's going to tell you this. All right?
Hey, cabrón! Chinga tu madre!
Who knew we spoke Spanish?
I love it. That was amazing.
Fantastic.
Oh man! And Redeemer champ, let them know where can they find you. See that? Oh, before Temple say swing on the Instagram page. Really. All right, Temple, I'll do it for you for one time. Temple, I'll do it for you.
Really?
Speaking of underrated guys. So, all right, Justin, what you got for us, baby? How they gonna find you?
Find me on Facebook. Find me on Twitter at JustinTime211. Follow my co-host, my brother Jeremy in Time 721. In Time Wrestling Podcast. Find it, give it a listen. It will be coming back. Like I said, keep your eyes peeled. Other than that, the Redeemer's going to continue his redemption tour because he's going to be all over still. So, your eyes peeled. Because every time I show up, it's game over.
That is right, folks. The prediction champ, the undisputed, undefeated, universal prediction champion. He will be with me heading into Outrage Zone. Go there now. We'll be there momentarily. And come here Sunday because he will be hosting for the NXT Battleground Watch Along. I'll be joining him. Hopefully, Pipsville will as well. We'll be here watching NXT Battleground for Watch Along. Make sure you tune in and watch us here. It will be, and let's see if all the fantasy and all the predictions that we give this man wonderful keeps his belt because oh my God, it's gonna be
Wonderful.
Yes, it will be. But man, folks, we appreciate you very much for tuning in and listening to us. Do not forget, if you are new to the audio, make sure you know where to find us on audio platforms. For everybody that are new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button right there below. Hit the notification button. You will get a lot of things happening here in this channel. Tomorrow, you will have Top Rope Wrestling Talk giving their predictions for Battleground, and they're giving their mid award. So stay tuned for that.
The media awards.
The media awards, unfortunately.
Lord help us.
I know. I'm looking forward to tuning in to see that. But until then, folks, all we can tell you is that here the Pepsi filled the Macho Man. Oh, the cream of the crop, baby. Yeah. And the champ. We don't just do podcasts. We don't just do music. We fucking make history. Ain't that right, Joe?
I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
We believe in Joe Hendry.
We believe in Joe Hendry. Until then, folks. Bye.